My bangs look terrible. Like hey, hi.
Hello, everybody. Richie's bangs look terrible, and Sam's trying to get her stuff together, so that's where we're at.
No, I do love the, hey, so I'm gonna press, we're gonna go live, and it's like, chaotic thought.
Immediately, we're like, oh, God.
Immediately, nobody's in their chair. No one's ready. Yeah. You forgot every single thing you read. It's fine. Anyways, hi, everybody. Welcome to the January book club for the Big Bad Booty
That
Bitches book
cover
club.
Is so hot.
Dude, Sam's special edition. Already distracted. Oh my god. Okay, well, that's stunning.
Okay, me when I die. God. Duh.
Jeez,
okay,
Sam.
I was kind of feeling cool that this is red, but I guess I just don't know shit, huh?
Seriously. Anyways, we're going to be talking about two books today.
Oh.
You Weren't Meant to Be Human and Wrangled by the Alien Cowboy by Ursa Dax. Because we're working on reading the Cowboy Colonies series by Ursa Dax.
Wrangling the Alien Rider.
Excuse me. I can never remember these titles.
Not Cowboy.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, let's not get it wrong
Richard.
now. All right, Richie. We got it. Anyways, we're talking about
this one a lot.
Yeah, we're talking about alien monster romance, and Alea's got cat hair on her computer. It's good, and horror novels. Good stuff. Sam doesn't remember anything she read, and that's okay.
I'm gonna be so honest. I cannot tell you anything that's happened in the last 3 months. It's completely gone from my brain. I finished 4 books so far this year, which is a normal amount, but all of those were read in the first week, and I haven't touched a book in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that feels right.
Yeah, but I'm getting my wisdom down on Wednesday, and I have a very large stack of books to just read for 5 days.
So you're gonna be so out of it, bro.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
Sam's like, I hope I wake up on another planet.
I'm reading the positive Reddits where they're like, yeah, we're in our 20s and everything was really well and no worries. And I'm like, this is the positivity that I need. One person was like, you've done hard things before, you can do another hard thing. It's okay to be scared. I'm like, thank you, Reddit. So I'm just getting by.
Not going to Reddit to feel better.
I know. That's where I don't know if I can explain my mental state other than just that.
I think I will say that was the spark notes. That's what we needed,
Reading this Cowboy Chronicles book, I think was exactly the thing that I needed. It was so nice to turn off my brain for 178 pages, but then I blasted through it in an hour and a half, and I was like, well,
178 pages.
Okay.
Mine is 242 pages.
Okay, well, I guess I got the abridged version.
Sam's has 10 more smut scenes we didn't know. I agree with Richie. I love this series by Ursa Dax. I feel like
Alea, I do have to say,
super good.
I do have to say, I know that before you said that Mating with the Mantis was the episode that was definitely going to get demonetized. I don't know between these two books that there's a single shot of you making a scent. I was thinking about it earlier today, and I was like, we're not making it through this, Alea. It's not happening.
That's okay.
With 3 minutes in, should I start saying the unhinged things, or should we hold off at least 15 minutes? What's the rule?
No, I think it's good. I think we just full send. I don't think there's any way around it. Both of these books, okay, I love the alien romance. I did need the escapism. I'm dying to read the next book, and
yes.
We all need.
I didn't know the next book was the book that I would need.
Me either.
But when I was seeing glimpses of it, I was like, wait a second here. So I'm excited.
It was doing something.
Yes. Okay, I have to say, let's just start with the scene where he eats the soap. The guy that's in the next book. He ate that soap, and then she was so embarrassed. The girl who's going to be his love interest. And then when she's like, oh my God, that was a bad gift. And he's like, I didn't say that. I was like,
I didn't say it was a bad gift. And then wait until she leaves the room to spit it out in the sink.
Literally. And then the other girl is like, you should have said thank you. And he was like, I did. And she's like, no, you mumbled something. Now she feels bad. Try to be nice to her. Dumbass.
And then he says, what was it? I nearly died. And I still thanked her.
Yeah.
She tried to poison me and I still thanked her. Well,
Obsessed
that
with
wasn't
him.
even because before when he was like, listen, I can't promise that we're going to be safe, but I will promise that I'll die before her. Oh, like, okay. Oh my God.
He's so
I was
committed.
sold immediately.
So funny is like I'm not even really one to be like, ooh, stepdad romances, like single parent romances aren't really my thing. But for some reason I was like, wow, he really cares for Killian.
Taking care of this rando kid. Their little found family is going to be so cute. I'm so ready.
It's not Marigold. Her name is...
Oh, shoot.
Isn't it?
It might be Marigold.
I was going to say, is it Marigold?
That's like a sim YouTuber's Animal Crossing farm, like town name, village name. And so I'm like, no, it can't be that.
Magnolia.
That's what it is.
Magnolia.
Yeah.
There it is. Love her. Also love that she's like a nurse or was a nurse. She's so smart and so beautiful. Smart. She's got it all. Can't wait to see her with him in a sleeping bag on the road. Oh, girl.
Give me the hurt comfort microtropes. I love when somebody's so sick and has to be taken care of. I'm so fragile right now. I really liked it.
Nothing hits like a sick fic.
Yeah. Especially because me being like, ex-boyfriend, I'm, getting my wisdom teeth out and I have to take care of myself all alone now. So make sure you come walk the dogs at least.
We don't condone. This behavior is not endorsed by the Big Bad Booty Bitches book club.
No. Thank you, Richie. Listen, I can't put my brand on that. I don't support that behavior. This is not a hot alien cowboy we're talking about. This is the X-Man. Yeah. The X is there for a reason.
Yeah, this is the man we already got rid of.
Yeah. No. And he will be staying gone. I just need him to walk my dog because my dog doesn't deserve to be bedridden for 5 days with me.
True.
That's fair.
But
I will say I really Peace and Love on Planet Earth, much respect to Cherry from the last book. I really like Darcy so much better. I like Darcy so much better as a protagonist.
Interesting.
I thought she was so cool, but
so funny.
Extremely weird to have her like swearing and kind of being like a little bit of a hard ass bitch, and then every other page they'll have her be like, "Oh, poop." What?
Yeah.
Pick a lane.
That part
I thought that was extremely cringe.
Yeah, where she was like, she would like say freaking instead, but like 3 pages before, she's like, I'm so tough and cool and bad, and I was like,
yeah,
why would you?
She looked at that stern ass alien cowboy man and was like, don't fuck with me. Like she was not here to play, and then she would be like, well, gosh, I mean, like, I guess he's got a penis. It was like, what are we doing? What are you doing?
Yeah.
You sucked his dick like 4 pages ago. Just pick a lane.
Okay, that we got to talk about that too.
The cocktail scene.
That was so funny.
Dying.
Me too. I was fighting for my life. That was hilarious.
Falling out of bed, concerned there's a snake. And then they're jumping on his back, him standing on the bed, and then being like, yeah, no, there's for sure a snake in this bed, right?
That was crazy.
Listen, guys, this is maybe going to be a little bit blue, but I can't figure out another way to say this. When the pussy game goes so crazy that you can rip off his dick but still land him? Hello?
So
that was insane. I was like, how did we turn that? She pulled out of that tailspin like she was a fighter pilot. That was crazy.
I know, especially her being like, I've never done this before, but I guess I could just to make it better. You're like, what?
It's crazy.
Just like so out of nowhere. You're like, okay, we've had vastly different experience. And the amount of cum he just exudes. I was like, I would not be normal for my first time.
No.
Well, it was weird because it was like, well, it wasn't her first time because she said that she had like hooked up before, but she just hadn't really enjoyed it.
She's had
and
sex
so
before,
I was like, this is a very weird, like, you're kind of acting like a virgin, but you're also like definitely not acting like one. Yeah, that's true. Guys, it was kind of crazy when he put that tail up her ass. Can I say that was a lot for me to handle? I was not expecting that in my good Christian novel.
I knew it had to happen at least in one of the books. At least in one of them. Also, like, the fact that he drew in the book,
this book was
to make it look like them.
When he colored in the book, that was crazy. My favorite thing about him was after the whole, the cocktail thing, whatever. when he's like making jokes about like the kissing it better thing, like later on, he's like, I think I'm still hurt actually. Like it was 2 days ago, but
and I also really liked him. He was like, can you do that like kiss thing later? And she's like, you really want to blowjob that bad? He's like, I don't think blowing on it's gonna do anything.
I think maybe I liked Darcy better because I'm always more of a fan of the like kind of ditzy guy and like hard ass girl than I am the kind of ditzy girl and hard ass guy.
Yeah.
Golden Retriever and Black Cat trope.
Speaking of which, when that line, I audibly gasped. I was so in when she was like, I kind of love to see that my golden retriever is turning into a wolf for me. I was like, okay, 2014 Tumblr, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, no, I did highlight both scenes where he was like, where Fallon's like, she's cute and she's skittish. My wife is cat.
Yes.
Calling her little cat or whatever. And I was just like, yeah, that's the energy. What I will say about Fallon is, although he was dumb and sweet and kind of gave off himbo, it didn't come off in like a childish way. Like we were trying to make a hot man a kid type of thing, which I was concerned about when I first was in his perspective. I was like, oh no.
The sort of born yesterday trope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it was handled pretty well.
I think both of them were pretty believably naive in certain areas, but not like total airheads. And I appreciated that a lot.
Also, unrelated but unrelated, the first book is having an audiobook release the end of this month. So now I'm hoping that the rest of them will eventually also get them, because I just kind of want to hear what their voices are supposed to be.
I would love that.
Yeah. So
exciting.
With me being like, I'm not going to finish this book in time. I have to find if there's an audiobook. There's not, but the first one comes out soon.
Fun.
I also loved that Fallon and Cherry are friends. That's cute. Give me more of that. I want to see more of that in the third book. I know we're not going to because they're fully hitting the road, but I thought that was adorable. Her helping him to sew his wedding suit.
That was
them being like
cute.
A day's travel from each other's farm. I'm like, no, you guys have to stay close.
Mm-hmm.
We're all best friends, and it's supposed to have like a sweet little farm family.
I know. I love the fact that Magnolia and Darcy are also really good friends too. I like that about Darcy, where she's like, "You better make sure that my friend is safe. Like, I need to know." I
haven't had a best friend since I was 14, and she's my best friend.
Yeah, I love that. She was like, actually, you can't just take Magnolia. Like, who the hell are you? What's going on? Like is up his ass about it. Love her.
I would kill Oakland if I could, just for standing up. Like, even if he had every broken bone, he still should have crawled here.
Yeah.
What a good friend.
I also love the idea of being like, I have known this girl for 3 weeks and I would kill any man in sight for her. So that's what's good. Like, very relatable content.
Yeah, no. That is
she's my sister now and you're all predators.
Yes, she's my sister and who the hell are you? And I don't care if it's your planet. I'm going to have a problem. Actually, thank you so much. Love that. Also, love with Fallon being like, she can come stay with us. Like, it's cool. I have room. Like, whatever. Bring your friend. That's all chill.
3 weeks to prepare furniture.
Yeah.
I was grateful we had some furniture in this one. I was like, Fallon would. I think that's a good moment of characterization right there. That of course he has multiple rooms. Of course he already has 2 beds. Yeah.
We love a prepared king. He's got a full house. He sewed his own wedding suit. He colored in the coloring book. He's been reading the sex scenes. Like, he's as ready as he can be.
And I love her being like, his pornographic coloring book. I didn't get one of those.
Okay, when he made her the hair dye, that got me a little bit. That was really cute, guys.
That got me too.
That's the exact scene that I stopped reading at. That's exactly where I'm at.
It's so good.
It's extremely good.
I know. I'm very excited.
I thought that was very sweet.
Also, I liked the part with her dress, like her wedding dress, where he sews it up because it got like damaged or whatever, and he tries to like fix it, and he's like, I couldn't do it perfect, but like I tried to make it, fixed again and got the blood out of it and everything. And she's like, oh my god,
it'll be perfect, but it'll be clean.
Oh, what I loved about that is when he was like, I thought about making you a new one, but then it wouldn't be the same one that like we got married in. I was like, I'll cry. Yeah. Don't even play with me right now. That's
also
so
like
cute.
Him being like, my wedding was the best day of my life, but having sex for the first time is right there next to it. I'm about to have the many best days coming, like to come, and I was like,
That's
oh my
funny.
god, he's so sweet.
Okay, also at the wedding, when he's tries to bone her because he doesn't know, she's like here in front of God and everybody, and they're all like, no, Fallon.
No.
That was awesome.
Kissing is
Love
what starts the mating rituals. So
She's
we're doing
like,
it right now.
Not here. Hello? I love it too when Cherry's so embarrassed. Cherry's like, oh my god, I tried to train him and he's still not getting it. Like, oh
Is the
shit.
bucket to ejaculate in before we go home?
I thought that it was really nice, though. I thought this was like a really good, like, I don't know, use of character, because sometimes it can get really annoying when you have to go through the, like, this character's closed off and this character's like super open and they're trying to get there. Having Magnolia there was kind of a buffer. I thought actually really like sped the process up, and I really, really liked that.
Yeah, Magnolia being able to be like, no, she scraped her knee, but she's fine. Like, just being able to have somebody to connect. And somehow she was just like, I understand that we are different species. I'm here to help communicate. I love that she could be that middleman, because it would have felt a little bit too samey to the first book, because it's the same thing where it's like they meet, they don't understand each other, they have to learn. Horrible thing happens where one of them is in danger and they have to rescue each other, and then they fall in love. So it's like, if we're gonna have a formula, it's got to be a little bit different every time.
Yeah, I think that was really successful.
But I
don't remember what point
we saw Cherry and the girls. They were all like sleeping in the back of the wagon, and Silas comes to get Cherry, and she's like, "Howdy, aren't you a Cybersaurus?" And he's like, "What's wrong with your eyes?" I just love those little moments so much.
Yeah, I love the moments too where the guys are talking. Sylar, the guy from the first book, and then Fallon are talking. And Sylar doesn't really say much because he doesn't, but you kind of get a little bit of like him kind of giving Fallon tips and being like, you're gonna just have to like figure it out. It's gonna be weird even if you prepped. Fallon's like, oh, okay. Like I'm gonna look stupid, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I also think that was because I know we talked in the first book about like how Cherry felt for Sylar because she like saw him being really kind when nobody else could see, and I felt like we got another moment of that for Sylar in this when Fallon's like, so I'm just supposed to look like a dumbass? Like, is that what you did? You just look like a fucking idiot? And Sylar's like, yeah.
Yes.
I was like, yes, we love Sylar being silently a king still. Like, I think they kept up his characterization really well.
Yeah. And I feel like if you're gonna have like, I feel like the first 3 books are going to be very much like the first trilogy, because you're following the 3 girls that were kind of being friends first. And so I do appreciate that they gave us moments where we get to see all of them together again before they get split up. So I really appreciated that, because I'm going to miss them in the next book.
I also appreciate, though, that they're setting the scene for there to be, first of all, for there to be options for the fourth book, because now we know that Oaken is not getting Magnolia, so what's he gonna get? And we know the warden's gonna end up with someone, and we got that loser little bitch whose name I can't remember, who didn't want a wife in the first place, who we could get a book about. Like, I'm glad that they're planting the seeds for like a lot of other stuff going on.
Yeah.
And also I think that it's nice to know the next book will be like different, because the next book feels more like have you guys seen the movie While You Were Sleeping?
I don't think so.
Okay. First of all, it's a heater and you should watch it. But second of all, it's about a lady who she has a crush on a guy. She like works as like a subway attendant, and then he slips onto the subway tracks and falls into a coma, and she like sees it, so she takes him to the hospital, and she like the family comes and thinks that she's like his fiance, and she's like keeping up the lie. But then she's also like kind of falling for his brother, and she's like, oh shit, he thinks that I'm like engaged to his brother, but we're kind of having a thing, and I'm definitely not engaged to his brother. And I feel like we're about to get that vibe where it's like she's engaged to Oaken, but like they're having chemistry, and I love that level of drama where it's like there's not really anything super serious, there's no cheating going on, but like they can't be together.
And what was his name? Garrick? Oaken and Garrick knew each other before coming to the planet, so there's already like a level of history between them that might add a little bit of competition.
I completely forgot about that. Okay, also love the first time that Garrick sees her and his eyes like turn white, and Darcy's like, I saw that. And he's like, I don't know what you mean, girl.
You looked at Cherry and that didn't happen.
Yeah, they're like, only for her. Okay, interesting. Guess we're all just uggos other than her, huh? Okay.
Well, she did say that we were all what did Darcy said something along the lines of like, I look just as like freakishly human as her. And
yeah.
Like,
Well, because
No.
he was like, I was just surprised by the human's appearance. And she was like, interesting. Well, you
And
looked at
it's like,
me and you didn't do that, so,
yeah. I'm
Mhm.
technically human.
I
Also,
did
book
love.
comes out February 20th.
Ooh.
We're a month away from the 8th book. Not that we'll be caught up in time, but
Still exciting.
I did love that I think she was a lot more willing to like say what needed to be said. And I think maybe that's why I liked her more, is because Cherry was
a little more
keeping
timid.
it closer to the vest, I think. And I love that Darcy was willing to be like, you're an idiot, and what? And I also thought it was extremely funny because she was set up to be like, I've been trained to be a perfect wife, and then immediately was like, but I will never cook or clean for this man, and I am going to cause problems everywhere I go. I thought that was
And
fantastic.
I'm just gonna like say things that I shouldn't say out loud and hope for the best.
Also, her mom and that whole her breaking off the engagement with the gross guy and her mom being awful. Crazy.
Same. You didn't get to that part, right?
No.
Okay, do you mind if we get into spoilers a little bit?
Was gonna have to come out. We're gonna find out he murdered someone and she's dealing with mommy issues. So.
Yes. Do you mind if we spoil the mom stuff?
Yeah, please.
Free to speak of it. Beautiful. Yeah, the fact that he let her handle it, and then when it like hit the moment where it was like too much, he came in and he was like, "Do not speak about my wife that way. That is my wife." I was like, "Yes!" I lost my mind.
So excited. Also, love having the ward in there too, and they're just like, "Bye, get off our planet, girl." No, like you can't just do whatever you want to Darcy. That's not cool.
Listen, I know he's technically a cop, and unfortunately ACAB does include Warden 10, but I do gotta say, I think he's my guy. I think I'm gonna go crazy, go stupid at his book.
Me too.
I did see it right.
I did really appreciate his, and like during the wedding scene, when he's like, Fallon, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing right now, sir? Like, it wasn't Sylar who was watching the whole thing and like would have known what was going on more so, or Cherry to chime in. So to be like, huh?
I do love that the warden like obviously knows what the deal is, but still is not telling these men anything, and then it's like, how do you not know this? It's like, well, girl, you hold the information, tell them.
It's also so funny that he was like, when Cherry grabbed the women, was like, just so you know, they've all probably committed a murder.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to be like, oh yeah, she's just probably telling them that, you know, we're convicted murderers or something. And Warden's like, sorry, they don't know that?
Yeah.
Like, uh-oh.
I also thought the little tantrum Fallon threw in that moment was actually extremely endearing and funny, where he was like, well, you got a couple days, so what the heck? She used to know
the time to win her over before.
Also so funny when Darcy's like, well, maybe he didn't kill somebody. And he's like, well, I only killed one guy that one time. And she's like, hello?
Right.
And then I really appreciated when she was like, well, he probably deserved it, right? And he's like, I don't know, but I would do it again.
And we're all like, well, good intro, Fallon. Thank you for that.
Okay.
Now, I am interested, Alea, and I'll try and keep this part a little spoiler-free, but I am a little interested in if you think he deserved it.
Okay, I gotta be honest. This is the part of the book that I've read and then simply forgot.
Oh. Okay.
Spoilers.
Okay, yeah. So the reveal is that he was like an orphan, and he got him with like a gang because he was an orphan. And then
the dog.
So he was fighting with this guy because this guy kicked a dog, and so Fallon killed him.
Yeah.
And Darcy is immediatally on board.
Oh,
like,
totally
doesn't hesitate for a second. It's like, of course, he kicked a dog. Yeah, he should die. Like, it's completely locked in.
Does Darcy get a cat by the end? Is the cat Darcy's cherry tree?
No, but they have the dog, so they're kind of chilling. And she also gets to like work more on the ranch, so
I do wish she got a cat
so often. And she was so sad about Maple. I'm like, is Maple gonna be the cherry tree at
I'm
the
gonna
end?
keep it a buck. They don't end on a cute scene. They end on a sex scene.
Oh.
The book does end on a sex scene, which was fine. Worse things have happened. It was a fine sex scene.
Okay.
But maybe she'll get a cat later.
I would love that.
Oakland,
little...
you know, finally comes into town. It's like, by the way, I found a fucking cat if you want it, and then gets married to some lady.
Yeah.
Who was it in the first book who we said that the warden was definitely going to marry? It was like the lady who was like keeping charge of the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then be like the two warriors.
Yeah. Also, like, how is she gonna end up coming to the planet? Does she have to like come check on everybody? Like, what's
it kind of seems like fucking everybody's showing up to the planet. That Darcy's mom just rolled up hot, and it didn't seem to really matter to anybody. The fucking guy from the the mafia guy from the last book got ganked because he just rolled up hot on the planet. It doesn't seem like this is a very secure location.
Landed in a random forest. Like,
to be fair,
was in a forest.
Cherry also just kind of rolled up hot on the planet. This does not seem like a secure base.
No. The warden needs to do something about the airspace. What's going on here, warden? Okay. Honestly, though, love that it's just like him hanging out in this dusty ass shack in the middle of this planet, and somehow he's like, yeah, so and so is here, so and so is here. Why is everybody here, warden?
I also really loved that he was just like, oh, Garrick, you have to travel? How convenient. Take this human girl with you and just like send her to Oakland. It's like they still have to get married. Like, I don't know what the whole process here really
That's true. Also, like, he's got the kid who just like almost burned down his whole house. Like, hello?
To be fair, the warden didn't know that because Garrick lied for him and said it was lightning
or something.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is kind of implied, but I don't know. Depends on how, you know, onto it the warden is.
And given his lack of concern for the airspace, I would assume not on it. I think he's kind of just driving.
Given the fact that he didn't make sure that the girls knew it was a penal colony, King is not on top of anything. We need a woman in here to get him straight. She's going to be like, so you suck at your job. I'm the new warden of the planet, actually. Thank you so much.
I'm going to take over, and they can buy whatever they want. I don't know why you have to be weird and approve things.
Yeah.
Guys, I have a controversial yet brave opinion that I'm about to drop on you.
You do?
I think that pinky out for this one. I think that Oaken and Garrick and Magnolia should be in a throuple, and that's how I feel.
Ooh.
I know that's not going to happen, but that's a fun idea.
See how Garrick and Oakland talk to each other. But
yes.
Fair.
I could probably be into it. Minus the kid being around. Just need to get like
Listen,
a whole book.
They're in a throuple, and they also have a kid, and they're the complex, nuanced family, whereas everybody else just gets to be in kind of a normal het relationship. I'm down with that. I'm okay.
Yeah, I think it's more so just like these are steamy books, and if there's just a kid chilling in the other room, I'm not gonna just forget about that fact until I'm like, are we leaving the kid with Oakland? They go on there, do their thing, and then Oakland returns with the kid, picks up his bride, the kid stays with the warden for a while. Like, what is...
Maybe Oakland's gay, and we get a little gay adoption story.
Ooh.
That'd be fun.
Maybe the kid's just a deep sleeper in the other tent. I don't know.
Okay,
but that
can we also say, speaking of deep sleepers, Magnolia slept through
so much
the entire snake ordeal, and no, she didn't.
I have a hard time believing
the snake stuff happened, and then she sucked his dick.
But also, I have a hard time believing that their houses are so vastly different, because when they were in, they also have like such good hearing, but when they were in Siler's house and he was stressed over something with Cherry, Fallon was like in the living room and fully heard everything. And I know they have better hearing, but like, I don't think their walls are that good.
Yeah.
So,
if I was Magnolia, I'd be like, that sounds like none of my business.
Listen, I'm not saying she should have. I'm not saying she should have walked in and been like, "So y'all fucking," but I am saying that she definitely heard. Like, there's no way she didn't hear.
She knocked on the door and then stood there for at least a solid 3 minutes while they were figuring out how to hide the naked man. So she was very patient about it.
Mm-hmm.
But she probably also figured something was going on, seeing as he was like, I'm already naked in bed. I will happily keep her warm.
She's like, oh.
Okay. Good night.
Okay, I'm going to bed. I will also say, speaking of hearing, or I guess speaking of ears, I did forget they had little mouse ears. And that was such a fun reveal the second time. I was like, oh yeah.
I think it was so fun how it was revealed too, because you had two girls see it at the same time, lock eyes with each other, and just have that like unspoken conversation of like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love that little like moment of girlhood.
Yes.
Also, Sam, I don't know if you got there, but I did think it was interesting the ears came more into play in this book. In the sex scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're in for a delight because the ears do come into play more.
Okay.
And I was like, nice. Let's use all our options. Sure, why not?
Why not?
Yeah. But I thought that was extremely funny. It is so funny to think of this giant alien man having tiny little mouse ears that make him come. That's so funny. What an incredible...
I do remember that they're very sensitive from Sylar. So
yeah. Yeah. I thought that was super funny. I loved it.
Another part that I had highlighted was I've dodged enough shoodle. Is that how you say the animals? I don't really pronounce any of the words when I read them.
Oh.
Kicks that should have killed me in my time. You're gonna have to be faster than that.
Yes.
I love those little moments where he's like, I can dodge out of your way. Like, you can have to try harder if you want to kill me. I love them.
I thought it was extremely funny that she's been like this hard ass the whole time, and then the first time she steps out of the carriage, she's like, "Sorry, weak ankles. Let me just massage your pecs for like 3 minutes."
And honestly, most of like the beginning, like 100 or so pages when Marigold was there, we decided it wasn't Marigold, and now I've Magnolia. Just picture Magnolia just kind of like 100 feet away, just like watching whatever's happening.
She's like, okay, well,
okay.
I'm
learning. I'm learning from my husband. This is fine.
Yeah.
She deserves the world. I'm very excited for her book.
Me too. I really appreciate that she just like takes everything in stride. She's like, yeah, alien, normal, murderers, sure. Like, she's so excited to get married, and she's so happy to be in love that she's like, whatever.
She's so unbothered.
I also will say, I really appreciate, and again, I'm sorry, Sam, this is a spoiler, but there is a moment in the book where Darcy says to her mom, I never wanted to get married, I never wanted to be a wife. And Fallon hears it, and I was like, uh-oh, there's the next 20 pages, there's our miscommunication, and then it just isn't. He's like, oh, but you do now? And she's like, yeah, and he's like, because we don't have to be married if you just want to be together. And she's like, no, I want to be married to you. It's like, all right, done. Like, problem resolved.
I did like the seeds of being like, of them both just like not being so into each other, but like having the crush and also being like, well, I don't want anyone else to marry Fallon. But when Fallon was like, we can house anybody, like I'll take as many females as is required. She's like, no, excuse you. Those little moments.
I thought they were actually a really good pair.
Yeah. I feel like Fallon and Magnolia would have been too samey. Like,
I think it would have been too cutesy.
But yeah, it wouldn't have worked out the same way.
Yeah.
But also I feel like now that we know Garrick is the next pick, I feel like that sounds better. I know we don't really know Oakland that well, but I just think Oakland might also be a little bit too sweethearty.
Yeah. I think I worry, though, I will say, because the first book, it was like Spitfire and guy who doesn't talk, and then the second book, it was like happy-go-lucky guy and girl who's closed off, and then the third book, it's going to be like sweetheart and grumpy guy, and so I'm like, okay, I think there is a middle ground between like they're the same and they're the polar opposites and we're just troping right now. And I'm hoping that as we get further into the series, which I think is maybe why, or part of the reason why I'm hype for the Warden book, because he kind of seems like just a guy, and this girly who they're setting him up with kind of seems like just a girl. And I'm like, I'm very excited to see what happens when it's not like, and we have to come together and our differences make us stronger. Like, I'm excited to see how that like just kind of normal relationship works, and to see if maybe there's an extra
call out from Darcy, where Darcy was like, I wonder between Sylar and Garrick, who's the more grumpy one. So I'm like, okay, at least we're aware of what's going on.
Right.
So, but I don't remember how long we have until we get to the wardens. I want to say it's like a little bit out.
Mm-hmm.
They're holding out on me.
I know there's one. I think it's the one with the guy who was the alien guy who didn't want a wife. I think his lady is pregnant with somebody else's baby. I'm pretty sure I saw that on the cover. She's pregnant when it's not his.
Oh,
that's so cutie.
I'm excited about that. That's going to be tea.
That's going to be book 6. The Wardens.
Is that 7?
Is 7. It looks.
Oh, okay. And who's 8?
Wait, but book 4 is wanted by the alien warden.
Oh, maybe there's 2 wardens then.
Okay, cutie, I guess.
Essentially, because he only brought 1 tent.
Wait, who's only got 1 tent?
That's wanted by the alien warden.
Yep.
That's the very end line.
No, sorry. Book 1 by the alien warden. Book 4 is about Warden 10 and Tasha, who arrives to make sure the 3 previous brides she sent are healthy and whole. Let's go. Let's absolutely go. So does. Oh, and then Orkin is. Or Orkin. I'm an idiot. Oaken is book 5.
Mm-hmm.
With some random girl.
6. Smitten by the alien saloon owner. So that's Riven, I guess.
Okay.
Who I don't know if we really know.
From Warden Hallam's province.
And then we have a curvy OBGYN for the 8th book.
Okay.
A military man turned warden. Okay, so we do get 2 wardens. Because this is Warden Hallam's province is book. It looks like from book 6 on, we're in Warden Hallam's province. So we are losing Warden 10 once he hooks up with Tasha, and I do hate to see that.
Gotcha.
Boo.
Didn't realize there was multiple wardens on one planet, but okay.
I suppose.
Yeah. I guess there could be more than like 5 dudes on this planet. I guess that makes sense.
I guess we're allowed.
I did also read Chimera for Christmas, by the way.
Was it good?
It was cute. It's definitely like a shorter, like it's half the length of the mail ordered brides, but it was cute. I did like them. It was not super Christmassy.
Okay.
Like they kind of mention there's Christmas trees, and like she gets hired to work at the coffee stand, and their first interaction is like her hiding in a Christmas tree, like trying to get a peek at him before they actually have to work together. And that's like the most Christmassy it really feels.
Okay.
You could read it really at almost any time.
I'm looking at the ratings on Goodreads for all these books right now, and I will say the highest rated one is actually Smitten by the Alien Saloon Owner, but the second highest rated one is Magnolia's book. It's book 3.
How exciting.
So next up, I'm devastated to find out that Warden 10's book is one of the lowest rated. But
maybe because it's normal for normal readers.
And that's fair. But the other, it is tied for lowest with the first one, and I liked the first one, so it looks like we're not doing bad. They're all really close. The lowest is 4.1, and the highest is 4.28. So it's not like they're years apart.
And the rating, like they do seem to go down. The first one has 10,000, whereas the last one's got almost 25. So it definitely is decreased. People aren't staking with the series as much.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike us, because we're about to power through all 7 of them.
Oh, yes.
So excited about that.
It is really nice, because I just have not, as much as like I want to read, nothing has really called to me. So once I picked this up today, I was like, no, I do like reading. This is fun. This is nice.
I agree. I was like, I need to do some reading. But I've been more into crochet than reading. And then I was like, oh, it's book club. Oh, we got to read for book club. So it's keeping me accountable, which is good.
Yeah. Normally I don't have an issue of listening to audiobooks during my job. But for whatever reason right now, I'm just like, no. I can't.
Too much.
Something about the 1099 deadline is kicking my ass.
I think
Mostly
it's the time
because
of
I'm,
year. I think it's the weather.
Yeah, the weather. Leaving work for a few days because I'm getting my wisdom teeth out. So I'm like, I would like to finish things before that happens. So.
Guys, I don't even know if it's a request, but I do want, I guess, your opinion. I assume this has to be popping off on Book Talk right now, but the show Heated Rivalry dropped.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have either of you read the books?
No.
Okay. Do you know anything about the books?
No.
A woman wrote gay hockey romances, and now it's a show that every white woman is so obsessed with.
Hey,
And
listen,
now
I'm one of those
every
white
white
women.
booktuber is reading nothing but gay romances.
Hey, listen.
So
I'm one of those white women. Let's keep it a buck. That show is so fucking good. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna front. I will say it is nice because the show itself was like written and showrun by a gay man.
Okay.
And I'm also obsessed with Heartstopper, so like who the fuck am I to really judge or say? But I'm not gonna go read every gay romance ever to like
No, that's fair.
Fill the void.
Mm-hmm. I was just curious because like watching the show, I was like, I really don't feel like I'm gonna like the books as much as I like this show because a lot of what I like about the show is like the cinematography and like the pacing of it, and I just don't think it's gonna hit. So I was just curious if you guys knew. The show is good, unfortunately. The show whips. It's really good.
Every person that I've seen, like all of the booktube girlies that are reading the book, have loved the book. It is, I think, the third book, Heated Rivalries. So it's like you're skipping in the order, but
yeah. Well, and then also they do this thing in the show, and I know that I saw a bunch of girlies who were mad about this because there's an episode in the first season that is like apparently one episode covers the entire second book in the series. And then the other 5 episodes are dedicated to the third book. So in the show, you get episode 1, episode 2 to set up like the main romance, the girlies that everyone's geeking for. Episode 3, you do not see those characters at all as they whip hard left and introduce another completely different hockey player who is also gay and falling in love with a barista. Hate to say it, that was my favorite episode of the season. It was fantastic. It was so good. It absolutely made me cry. It was delightful. But a lot of the girlies were extremely mad that they were like, oh, so we get like a full season dedicated to Heated Rivalries, but we only get one episode for this pairings like little thing. Because I think it's a very similar series where it's like each book is like a different pairing,
couple,
but they're all hockey players.
Interconnected companion series.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to read it, I'll read it.
Listen, I'm not saying we should. I'm not saying we shouldn't. If you guys wanted to, I would absolutely be down to. If you guys were like, ew, icky, I don't want to, I'd be like, all right, we could find gay stuff written by a gay man.
I never thought I would read Verity, and I did. So, I mean, I'll do anything for you guys, but you have to give me like ample time because I refuse to spend my money on the book, and I'm sure that the library holds are ridiculous.
Oh, I'm positive.
So, you just gotta give me
especially since every girl on the face of the planet is geeking out over those 2 actors right now, which I have to be honest, they are so much younger than me that like those are children to me in my eyes. But I'm happy for them.
Best friend has almost dedicated her Bookstagram account to them right now, which is like all fine and dandy, but it does feel similar to like the Heartstopper thing of like people bleeding into what is a beloved show into beloved actors, and like they're like, I have to watch every interview ever, and it gets a little too fan of me for my personal taste. It gets a little far where I'm like, I don't like the actors from Heartstopper. I adore them as actors. I'm not keeping up with them beyond that because they're also barely adults.
I watched one interview with them just because one of them plays like a Russian character, and he is like a pronounced Russian accent, and apparently he's like Southern. So I did watch an interview so I could see him speaking in his normal voice, and his voice is very much Southern and very much like higher pitched than it is in the show. He does a very good job, I think, with the accent in the show. But after that, I was like, yeah, I'm good on watching these 22-year-olds flirt with each other. Like, I'm happy for them. I hope they find success. I think they were really good actors. I'm tapping out. I'm 30 and I'm out.
I will watch the show eventually, but I'll probably wait until it dies down a little bit because I really don't like watching things when it's like cool and hyped.
Fair.
Except for Heartstopper. That was like my one thing that I was like, sorry. 16-year-old Sam is dying on the inside.
I couldn't do Heartstopper. I gotta be honest, I'll never read it, I'll never watch it, and I get why people do.
Sorry,
I
yeah,
can't.
I was just like a closeted queer kid in high school, and so it's nice to see like happy queers that also have anorexia. It just felt a little relatable. I don't know.
Listen, that's part of the thing that I love about, and I said this to my friend once about the movie Naiad, which is not a good movie, but I was like, aren't we lucky that we have so much gay content that we can have something as boring as this? Like,
I cannot figure out this lighting situation. I'm so sorry. I'm doing my best.
Like, Heartstopper is so solidly not for me, and it like hits every trope that annoys the shit out of me, but I am very happy that it exists, and I'm very happy that people get to enjoy it, because back in my day when it was like, you will watch Brokeback Mountain and you will like it. You know, I think it's great that there's a billion different gay shows for teenagers to lose their fucking minds over. I think it'd be awesome if more of them were written by gay men, but you know, that's a talk for another day.
Ain't that the talk though? I struggle with that with my friends now, where I'm just like, hey guys, just so you're like aware, you haven't read a single gay man's book like all year. Like, it's just,
hot take, if you want a gay YA romance that is like an extremely easy read, it is not, I mean, it's YA, so it's not super explicit, but it's like fun, it's interesting, it's a little sci-fi-y. Kosako Jackson wrote Yesterday's History. That one is really fun. He also wrote an adult one, like an adult romance that I haven't read yet, but I do own, that's called I'm So Over You. That I think Kosako Jackson, he's also a black author, so we love not reading white guys for once. So if anybody out there is like, hey, I'd love to read a gay book by a gay man, there's one, at least, that I can put my stamp of approval on.
I think that author has a new one too, the Macabre?
Yeah.
I don't know how to say that word.
Like that.
Can you write that?
Macabre?
I want to read it. I'm reading it soon.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
ALC for it. And I saw it on Locked Booktician's Best Books of the Year. So,
you'll have to tell me what you think of it, because I do like Kosako Jackson. I think Yesterday's History was kind of like corny, but not in a way that offended me. It was just kind of nice to read like a corny little YA romance. It felt very like I almost said Fault in Our Stars, but it's not that sad. But it's like that kind of just like, we're just gonna do like a cutesy little YA romance. Like, there you go. Here you are. We're not. It's like the stakes are high enough that you're interested, but not so high that you ever feel like anything is gonna be bad. Like,
that's how I feel about
it's
Casey
a pretty
McQuiston.
chill read.
I feel like
that is such a better example.
Yeah. It's like, I appreciate what they're doing, and I will read anything that they write, except for I still haven't read I Kissed Cheryl Wheeler because it's young adult, but I will eventually. Because I tried. Casey McQuiston, and they're working on their new thing, and I'm so excited for them. I love watching them on their Instagram stories go to gay cowboy street. What's the dance called?
Oh, line dancing?
Yes, gay line dancing. I think in like New York or LA or something. And I'm like, cool. Yes, loving that.
Can I say completely off topic? The other day I texted my boss and I was like, hey, would you email me this form? And she just texted back, my like 55-year-old boss texted me back where I was like, could you email me this form so I could fill it out? And she was like, I'm line dancing with the girls. It's like, work, diva. Sorry, I didn't mean to bother you.
I love that.
Why or how it's become so popular all of a sudden, but
happy for her.
I'm so into it.
Hey, I will also say I can lay down a beautiful segue. Speaking of authors who are writing for groups that they're actually a part of.
You were meant to be human.
You can
Let's get into it.
Bright sunlighting that's bad, or like you just can't see it.
I mean, we saw it before, and it's stunning.
It is really pretty. It is a pretty book. It does also freak me out a little bit, but I like it in a good way.
I was going to say, I was listening to the audiobook of this morning, and I was thinking, I feel so bad that I made my poor friends read this nasty book. It's good, but like the audiobook in my ears with the nasty voice of the hive. I was like, oh God, oh. That's a lot. Yeah. It's good.
But I will say I would have read it either way because I'm a slut for Andrew Joseph White.
True.
But I also will say, the entire time reading it, I was like, my dear friend Sam, who notably and on record hates pregnancy in books. I don't know how you're dealing with it.
I was gonna say, and honestly, I'm not big on that either. And I think my dumb ass just didn't look into the book enough. And I was like, oh, so the whole, yeah, we started with first trimester, and I was like, oh, okay, we're in it. And then we met the hive, and it was in my ears, and I was like, oh, fierce. Yeah, it's great.
I think the reason that it feels different is because it's from the lens of like somebody who does not want to be pregnant but is put into this position and has such an outer body experience with it that I'm like, that feels very relatable.
Right.
Yeah, I think you maybe just don't like books where people are happy about being pregnant.
Yeah, I think that is it.
That's not really harsh to say, but I do mean that. Like,
no, it's pretty real. Like, if you give me an epilogue and they are pregnant again, like, I don't want to. I'm not gonna. I don't want it. It's different when it's an owl, because at least, like, you know, there's something going on there. But like, yeah, no, I don't like people being happy.
Hey, listen, as like an autistic trans mass person who grew up in a cult, I really need Andrew Joseph White to take his foot off my fucking neck for like a second. Every book of his that I read, I'm like, I just need like a page where I can breathe, dog. Like, I can't do this with you again. And it's every book. I never get a break.
That's kind of how I feel with, in a less extreme way, with Rachel Harrison and Emily Henry, where it's like, oh, the mommy and daddy issues hit so specific to me that I'm like, let me just process my trauma in live time. Cool. But like, and again, a little bit of a less serious way.
Yeah.
The opening scene of You Weren't Meant to Be Human, I put the book away for a little bit. I was like, you know what, this might be the first one that I tap out on. I don't know if I can do this one. Like,
yeah, it is one that, like,
a little too specifically for a younger me, to a point where I was like, I actually am not sure if I can make it through this one.
Yeah. No, it really opens up with a like, hey, we're pushing the buttons. If you can't handle this, you either just got to push through and deal with it, or come to the next one. It really says, like, this is your testing point.
Which is kind of wild to me, because so like his first book, I don't know if you guys have read his other books.
I have not, and I need to.
I've read The Spirit Bears Its Teeth.
Okay.
I don't think I've read
I feel like that one's kind of an outlier a little bit, low-key. Like, just in terms of like his arc, because Hell Followed With Us, his first book, is very similar to this one in terms of like the level of gore, in terms of the cult conversation, like it is very.
It is the one that similar. I think for young adult, it's the one that gets the most like, hey, heavy trigger warning. Like, hey, I know it's for kids, but like, please.
No, that one like kind of roughed me up, and I don't care about gore, and it was a YA book, and I was still like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
And then Spirit Bears Its Teeth is, I think, a lot more like, I hate to say like high concept, but like it feels a little more like elevated, maybe, in terms of like the prose is a lot more, you know, it's set in a Victorian area, so like just kind of in general, it is a little bit more distanced, I think, from all of that. But then Compound Fracture is his third book, and that one is like a relatively chill ghost story.
Okay.
It's a lot more about like the politics of small town West Virginia than it is about anything else. And it's really interesting, and I really like it. But I was kind of watching him like go on a steep decline of like, this first book was so in your fucking face, and then he was kind of like taming out, and then we shot right back up with this one. I was not expecting this.
I feel similar with CJ Lead, Mayfly to American Rapture, where it's like, I think her next book might be adult, so I'm like, hopefully we'll jump back up, but yeah
agreed. This definitely reminded me of American Rapture at the beginning. This also reminds me a lot of this short story collection that I don't think anybody's read but me. It's called Lupus and Fabula by Briar Ripley Page. It's horror. The cover looks like this, has a like wolf coming out of.
Did you read that in a vlog?
Yes, I did. And this also has, I think the opening short story in here also has a trans main character who's pregnant and doesn't want to be. And so just similar vibes. To me, it was like this mixed with American Rapture. That was the energy. Yeah. Which I liked.
I think he does a very good job. I think he's a very skilled writer, and I think that it is extremely clear in this one particularly with making a mute main character and not making that suck so fucking bad.
Oh, I loved it.
I think that's so difficult to pull that
I
off.
also, sorry, was laughing
But I
not
think
at
he
you,
handled
but
it so well.
I was laughing at the realization of like tonal shift for this live show of just the direction that we very quickly went into. Of like, now we're talking about serious literature.
Yeah. We start the duality of man. You know, you gotta have the smut and the lightness, and then you gotta have the heavy shit too. So
yeah,
we got it all.
I just was like, whoa. But no, I actually really like.
Yeah, I guess we have yet to give a synopsis for either book, also. So sorry to.
But no, I liked Crane being a mute. I thought like it was handled really well. I really liked the characterization of just having somebody who's like, I found maybe a cult to be in, but I can be whoever I want to be here. There's no pressure on it. No one is expecting more from me until I get pregnant and the hive decides that they want my kid. But up until that point, like, I was all right.
I think there was something to me where I think a lot of his horror in general is a lot more external. And I think that this one, part of what made me so like uncomfortable and uneasy the entire time is how deeply internal all of the horror actually is. And I think that wouldn't have been as strong if he talked.
Good point.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. I can use my brain for a second.
But yeah, no, I did appreciate that characterization. I just also liked Crane as a character. I was like so down to just vibe with him. It's just nice. I was like, this is cool. I also liked the name Crane. So I was like, from the start, I was like, hell yeah. Great. I'm rooting for you.
I was going to look up who Levi is in the Bible because Andrew Joseph White loves to use a biblical name. He's obsessed with it, but then I didn't. So if anybody knows what Levi did in the Bible, hit a bitch up, but it couldn't be me.
I do not know.
Jacob's third son, the ancestor of the tribe of Levi. Blah blah blah.
Wait,
blah, blah.
His name means joined or attached. That is kind of okay. Okay.
There's two men named Levi in the Bible. Father of a tribe. Apparently there's a lot of them, of kids. I don't know Bible stuff very well.
No, it's okay. I'm trying to he was okay. He received no land inheritance but divine support, symbolizing unity and sacred service. I knew my man Andrew Joseph White was gonna hit me with some bullshit like that. Oh yeah, you know, like Joseph and the coat?
No.
He's one of those. Oh, okay. Sorry. Not me being Bible pilled for a second. He's okay. Work, Diva. I know who this guy is. He like betrays his brother and like sells him into slavery because he's jealous that his brother is more well liked by their dad.
Is this the story where the brother got like more land? Oh god, I dated a Christian for 7 years and I would remember things more, but I've really lost a lot of it.
Honestly, good for you. Work.
It was like a story of one of the brothers doing like an atrocious thing because he was jealous of his older brother, but then like the younger son came back and was all like, I'm so sorry for all my wrongs, and the dad like instantly forgives him, and the older son was like, actually no, fuck him. And it was like a whole thing, but no, I don't think I'm making any coherent sense.
No, I think you're making sense. I think that's a different story, but I don't remember who it was. So
I've
that's the prodigal son. I don't think that's the same. I don't think that's the same parable.
Yeah, I will be honest. I don't think I can tell you any of the names of any of the things, but I know a weird amount of stories. So
low-key, that's the best way to read the Bible, is to just be like honestly, the Bible, if you treat it right, it can low-key be like the Twilight Zone, where you just read something and then you're like, that was pretty fucked up, and then you just move on with your day. That is
kind of how I take it. Fairy tales are so crazy. You pick up that moral from it? All right, anyway.
I did cry at the end when Crane saw his parents. I was unwell.
I was kind of like lightly teary-eyed almost the whole way through. Like, this story just like had a big emotional impact on me that I was just kind of like sad the whole time and like on the verge of tears. The entire I listened to the audiobook for one sitting. I didn't take breaks or anything. I just kind of powered through one audiobook session and was just like lightly crying.
It was a really rough read, which I don't feel like we've really done one. Maybe underneath, but
even that I felt like you could kind of, because it was written the way it was, that you were just like, wow, I'm just so impressed by everything going on, and I'm not going to think about the real life connotations to it whilst I'm in it. That you're just kind of like, wow, I'm impressed. Whereas this, you're like, I'm impressed and in pain.
Yeah.
I think and again, talking about how internal it all felt, I think that you're watching somebody who is so clearly in pain, and there was kind of a feeling for me of there has to be something better, but I don't know what it would be, which I think is a really difficult hat trick to pull, where you're like, no, you're making the wrong decision, but I don't think I would make a better one. And I thought that was really impressive.
You remember so much more of this book than I do right now. I'm like, I remember the ending with the dad and mom and the trying to get away, but also not telling the what was happening. I was like, the ending sad, and then I remember the beginning scene, and then I remember the hive, and everything else was a nice little blur.
There aren't. I mean, a lot of it is fuzzy, I will say, because I read this months ago. But there were definitely moments or things that really just stuck out to me as, and I think that's a sign that it's good horror. Where a lot of the scenes where he's talking so earnestly about wanting to burn his face off so that he can have the burn scars and not be recognizable as a girl anymore. That was really, really effective. Horror and drama, and so I think a lot of this just kind of stuck in the back of my head.
That's fair. I thought about rereading it before coming to this, and I was like, I don't think I can do that to myself at this point in time. I don't think.
Alea, you're pretty quiet. How'd you feel?
I was sad. I was like, this is sad, and I made my poor friends read this book, and it's dark. I don't know what I was expecting. I think I was thinking it was going to be I knew there was going to be the pregnancy part, but I didn't think it was going to be such a big part of the book, I guess.
I think if you saw this cover, when instead of the original worm cover, you'd probably be like, oh, I see. When cities get worms.
Right. Oh. I like the hive stuff. I thought that was nasty and interesting. And the being in the mind of a character that has just a really different viewpoint, I think, with like you said, Richie, wanting to burn their face off and having these thoughts from a young age that are, I don't know, very different than the way that my brain works, I guess. It's the transness and the autism and the childbirth and the horror, the sandwich of those things is dark and heavy, but it's also really interesting too.
That's kind of his whole thing.
Yeah.
Trans, autistic, dark.
Right.
Just a slightly different setting each time.
Right. And the Levi was interesting. Levi's a lot. I was like, there's so much going on here with that.
Can I say I thought Levi was a perfectly written character? Is that crazy to say?
I mean, I think it makes sense.
I just think that in terms of like the fine line of like clearly being abusive, clearly being mentally unwell, and like clearly still having like some warped form of care for Crane. Like, I think, again, like, I think this book, Andrew Joseph White was juggling 1,000 plates and somehow not letting any of them drop. And I think that Levi was like a very good example of like, he had so much interiority that was so clear in the few things that we got from him. And I just found him consistently compelling. And even as I was like, bro, run, like, you need to get out of this, I also understood why it would be so easy to not.
Yeah. I feel like I admit this too often when we get together for books, but there was a point where I was like an apologist for Levi, and I was like, I could see a way that we can make this work. Like, I could see us just sticking with this and like making it work and like be kind of more okay. Which is like my fatal flaw in a lot of these books, where I'm like, oh no, I'm sympathizing and slightly rooting for the person I'm not supposed to be rooting for. But that's for me to unpack at a later date.
But if it makes you feel better, completely relatable content. Like, I felt the exact same way, where I was like, and I think, like, again, I think part of it is we need more therapy, but I think part of it is that Andrew Joseph White is very good at putting you so in the character's head that like Crane wants it to work so bad, and you're like, no, I see it for you guys. Like, I think you can do this. I think it just, we just need to make a few minor tweaks, and this could be a workable thing.
Yeah.
Even though like deeply could never be. But I think that also like the nature of being with somebody who truly is the only person who understands what's going on, and like, yes, he's trying to isolate you, but you were already sort of isolated by your shared experience, so like, why not just give into that? I thought was extremely cool.
I did like the side friends, the friends that were like trying to get to Crane. Oh, I loved them so much. I really appreciated their moments.
I agree.
I think that was another thing that just made me so sad. Like, I think that this book would have been bleak almost to the point of like not being able to get through without that. But I also think it like added so much more to the tragedy, where it was like, you do have this like bright spot of like, there are people who could help, but like, he feels so too far down the road that like it was never gonna happen. Also, worms, pretty gross.
Yeah, the bug stuff is already like nasty and weird, and then you add in like the birth stuff and all of that. Oh my god,
that birth scene was brutal.
Yeah, no, this is not like a book for the faint of heart. Like,
no, not at all.
Everybody makes it past Wrangled by the Alien Rancher to this point where they're like, "Oh, I wonder if I pick up this book." Oh, tentatively recommend. Like, it's not a book that I feel comfortable being like, yes, somebody.
Yes, you should pick it up, but you should also put it down if you need to, because oh my god.
Yeah, like you people should know themselves well enough to be like, is this something you can just push through to the end? Because that's what I did, and I was like, if I put this down and walk away, I might not come back to whatever. So I kind of committed the time to be like, we're just gonna bang this out, and then cry and call it good.
Yeah.
Also, the audiobook is really good.
It's really
I think so. I would recommend the audio if you want to read it. But I think
like, I'm gonna give this to my mom or coworker to read. It'll be too much for them.
Yeah, I think the whole thing with Levi's character was harder for me because I feel like my brain has a very different reaction to that of like, he's abusive, there's no way this is going to work, this dude is a dirtbag, I want him dead, and let's move on. You know what I mean? And that's so not the stance, right?
Yeah.
So from the jump, I'm like, oh, this dude is not it. From scene one.
Yeah. And I think that what a mentally healthy place you're in, and there's a reason why you're married, and Sam and I are like, we could give him a shot. It could work. It could work.
I've gone through a breakup.
One of my favorite parts of the book is when he gets hurt and comes home with like the gash on his shoulder, and Crane stitches him up and then proceeds to punch him right in the wound, and that I laughed so hard. I was so happy. I was like, "Get him, Crane!" Fierce.
Again, though, I think that's so like sick and like interesting to because there are so many times I literally opened to a random page to be like, maybe I'll remember something if I open to a random page, and immediately opened to a sex scene between Levi and Crane and was like, right, no, yeah, I remembered that. But in the middle of that sex scene I just opened to, there's a point where they say that Levi does something and they're like, it hurts, but Crane doesn't push him away. Crane likes it when it hurts.
Right.
And the fact that they keep reaffirming like that Crane is quite literally asking for this.
Right.
I think was so interesting. And the fact that Crane is like willing to fight back in those small ways where he's like, no, I'm going to punch you exactly where it hurts. I'm going to be an asshole. I'm going to be like prickly and awesome. Because I think it would be very easy to make Crane like poor, sad little baby boy who's just getting abused. And I think that's part of the reason why you can almost trick yourself into thinking it could work. Because it's like, well, they're both kind of assholes. So if they both took it down a notch, then maybe we could figure this thing out. Which is something that I personally don't see explored a lot in stuff about abusive relationships.
Yeah, it's either like we're gonna completely excuse any of the hate behavior and not like acknowledge that it's bad, or it's like a revenge story where it's like we're gonna like it's like futility where it's like, well, they're all just gonna die. If you guys want, I didn't like it. I DNF'd it. But Richie, if you want a kind of nasty, very strange, I think novella, futility, it's so much. And I didn't like the narrative like tone. I didn't like the characters, which normally is not an issue for me, but I couldn't do it. But like, oh my god, that book was a lot.
By Morgan Robertson?
No.
Nope. That's an 1898 novella about the Titanic. Probably not.
Definitely not. It's by Nuzo Ono.
Yeah, I've definitely seen the cover, and the cover's really cool. The cover has a knife on it.
Got it.
Yeah, the cover.
Yeah.
Cool. That's cool.
Oh, cool. Fun. Oh, yeah, no, this sounds right up my fucking alley.
Yeah. And so you might actually vibe with it a little bit more than I did.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like badly written. It wasn't like the concept was really interesting. I just hated being in the character's head so much that I was like, I can't. There was no audiobook at the time. So I was like, I can't push through. And I don't DNF a lot of books. So that was just like very like a personal thing. But like, I think most people, specifically Richie, will vibe with it. It's such a weird but really cool concept.
You know what's extremely funny is one of the first things they recommend in the Goodreads is Eat the Ones You Love, and then shortly after they recommend The Mean Ones that Tatiana Schlotbahn won, and then they recommend You Weren't Meant to Be Human.
Interesting.
So it does seem up my alley.
Yeah, I think you could enjoy that one.
I could maybe fuck with that.
I might look at that too. I know that was on my list of like
really
new
cool
releases.
Concept, where it's like a femme fatale type character who's like, I'm trying to help a god while also killing men and making their penises shrink. Like it's just very like wacky stuff. And then like another character who's trying to get a visa to the UK, and like it was just like it was a lot packed into little pages, but very cool concept. And then if you finish it, then you can tell me all about it in more detail, and then I can live vicariously through you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to read more Stephen King this year. I know that I just said that it's always nice to read people who aren't straight white men. But that said, I am trying to read more Stephen King this year because I just watched The Long Walk, and I'm on my Stephen King grind again.
I decided this year that for one of the reading challenges I signed up for, I think I picked The Shining to read.
Oh, fun! You'll have to. Tell me
I've not read any Stephen King ever, and so that one felt a little less intimidating than fucking It.
Oh, I fuck with It.
I will too. It's just so long, and I don't like long books.
Oh, I get it. I'm gonna be honest. I read It in like 3 days. I could not put it down. It was like the only thing I did for like a full long weekend. I loved it. That's where I got my name. Yeah, I fuck with that book so heavy. I've read that one. I've read
Maybe I'll read that
Misery. I
in
read
July.
Carrie. I read Pet Cemetery.
Ooh.
I think
I
that's
tried
it.
to read Salem's Lot, but I didn't even get to the first word before I was like, no, it's not right now. Not right now.
Stephen King is also one where sometimes you read like a chapter and then you're like, bro, shut up. Like, and I love him. I love all of his books. But I will say every Stephen King book that I've read, I have had to pick up multiple times before I got through it. And
Good
I've
to know.
liked it at the end of it, but I have technically DNF'd every Stephen King book I've read and then gone back to it later. Even
Okay.
it. There's a chapter, and I'll just warn you now, there is a chapter in it that is like chapter 3 or something. It is way too early in the book. That is him trying to write from a woman's perspective that is literally so painful to read that like I make fun of it with my sister every single day of my life. He's talking about how she like wants kids, but like she can't have them. And then she starts talking about how she's like, and every time I look at my used pad in the trash, all I can see is 1,000 squirming little children that I could have had. And I was like, girl, if you don't shut the fuck up, if you, Stephen, we were taking away your rights to write women. Please just
Said no woman ever.
Yeah.
literally, like, I love him to pieces, and a lot of times when men only write men, I'm like, girl, put a woman in there. Stephen King, I am begging you to stop writing women. I need you to stop. Like, you
Yeah.
cannot.
Same with
I know
Ru-
you wrote Carrie. We love that for you. That was your one. We're done now.
Yeah. Same with like Murakami, where I'm just like, hey, just like don't. Just like listen to the feedback and just like stop. I don't know why.
I'm so mad about Murakami because I didn't know that man's game, and then I started reading Norwegian Wood, and I was really, really liking it. And then I read an interview with him where the interviewer was like, "It's so interesting how you're trying to get into sort of this like, distant, like unrelated to women, like perspective of this male who's like, so closed off from the female experience." And Murakami was like, "What?" I was like,
love
"Oh,
that
I
interview.
have to stop. Oh no. I thought he was doing it on purpose." But no, he's just built like that.
Yeah.
The prose is gorge. Prose is gorge. But no, that man doesn't know what a woman is, and that's rough for me.
All they are is tits, man. Just nothing but udders.
I
Oh,
wish
no.
all they were. Okay, the problem to me is like I don't even mind when all women are as tits in books. I am so much more annoyed with women being like soft, delicate things that are going to fix me and are the thing that gets me up in the morning. Shut up, like, and he's very that.
I love romantasy. If there's anything we know about me, it's like I'll fuck with a romantasy book, and it's the same issue just from a woman's perspective. So like, I can't even like harp on it too much because like Sarah J. Maas is doing the same shit where it's like, delicate little virgin flower. Only she can heal this man. He's so brooding and angry. So like, I get it.
Well, and the problem is even when the situation is flipped, I don't feel better.
No.
When it's like some bitchy girl and then like the puppy dog guy. I mean, listen, I know I just said that I loved Wrangled by the Alien Writer, and let's be very clear, I did. But like, they had like conversations.
To it all.
Right.
They had conversations. They talked to each other. It's not just like the fact that she existed was not the thing. You're like, I can't with the Manic Pixie Dream Girl anymore. I'm tired of it. I'm over it. And I also have been spoiled because I've been watching the TV show The Pit, and they have a mean lesbian character who's actually just mean, and I'm so obsessed with her.
Are you liking that show? God. I've heard really good things about
I'm fucking loving that show. Listen, maybe the only show that's ever been made. Fuck Heated Rivalry. Who gives a shit about Heated Rivalry? Let's be so clear. If they're in a race, I'm shooting Heated Rivalry through the head. I don't care. The Pit is so good.
I've heard really good things where people are like, this is the comeback for TV, but it's going to lose a lot of people because of the way that it's like trying to narratively set things up and tell stories that I'm like,
I'm definitely gassing it up too much, and I actually don't want to do that because I do think it's a genuinely good show. No, the thing about it that's really interesting is that it is really not trying to go with the glitz and glamour. So, like, there's no soundtrack. There are no overhead shots. Like, every shot is like a handheld. I was watching an interview where they were talking about like how they do the cameras. Every shot is a handheld that's attached to the cinematographer's or the DP's shoulder. So it's all like very like voyeuristic. They never have like, they pointedly were like, we never want a shot of like the wheels of a gurney going down. Like, everything is like, you feel like you're there. There's no soundtrack, so the only thing you hear is just the stuff that's going on. The entire first season is set up through one shift, and so each like hour episode is an hour of real time in the shift. It's a very like interesting, grounded show that has a lot of characters who are very like interesting and lovable because they are very real people who are like generally good people who also suck in very particular ways that like you have seen a billion times before. And also they have a mean lesbian, and I'm obsessed with her.
And more importantly,
listen, to be very clear, she's an asshole. And I am a little bummed. They do kind of try to like give her a little bit of a backstory to be like, well, she has trauma and that. And I was like, shut up. Just let her be mean to her
trauma to be a bad
coworkers,
person sometimes.
I would love, honestly, I love the idea. She rolls up hot on her first day and is like immediately giving everybody rude nicknames, immediately like sells out one of the residents and is like, I think he should go to jail. Like, she drops a scalpel into the foot of one of the hot lady doctors, and then they immediately, it is so clear that they're still gonna fuck about it. Like, she's everything to me. I love her so much. I do recommend the show. I think.
Oh yeah, that's all I really needed.
Yeah. But anyway, the point of that is, give me more like mean women who aren't like going to be saved, who aren't trying to help men.
Well, you might love utility then.
I might just. I love a mean lady.
Well, here's a question for you. What are we doing next month?
I'm so glad you asked. Here I am, you're like, I thought there was another book that I wanted to recommend y'all, and I can't remember what it is. But then I was looking at my list, and I read When the Wolf Comes Home by Night Cassidy. And
I need to read it so bad.
I need both of you motherfuckers to pick up that book because I need to talk to you about it with anybody. I put it off for so long because I was like, we're gonna read it together at some point, and then before the year ended, I kind of just like picked it up, and it's one of my best horror books of the year. Like up there, not quite You Weren't Meant to Be Human, but like very different books, but like very up there.
I think I read it, or nope, I haven't read it. I think I bought it last year to read it with you guys, so I think I own it already, so that shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah, I remember it was one of the picks that we just didn't get to. But
Yeah.
I'm like,
yes.
I can't. I have to.
We read Mary. Yes. Love how we're both one brain cell. Yeah, we read Mary, and then
I watched you guys. This was before we were all pals, and I was like, I'm pushing my friendship among them. I was in the comments the whole time, being like,
yes, I remember that.
Yes, and then I know Richie read my copy of Nestlings.
Yes, I did. I read that on the plane on the way home from your wedding.
Right. I still haven't read it. You read it. You read my copy. I haven't even read my own copy.
I don't think I liked it as much as Mary, but I do still think it's good, and I think it's definitely worth reading. But it is very like Rosemary's Baby, so if you don't care about Rosemary's Baby, then it's like not.
I think that's the only reason why I'm gonna pick it up. Is I'm like, well, I like the movie.
If you like the movie, I think you're gonna fuck with the book. I do. But it is also like it's not even really trying not to be Rosemary's Baby. Like, it's not like, oh, it's a fun twist. It's kind of low key just Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah, which I'm fine with.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's well written. I mean, the prose is good, so whatever.
When the Wolf Comes Home. I need
to
talk about it because it's so not what I expected it to be. Like, I didn't go into it really knowing what it was, and then I read it and I said, "This is not what I thought it would be," and I ended up loving it.
Do we want to do another double up and we do the next Ursa Dax and then When the Wolf Comes Home?
I really love this for us. It's like, let's talk about a horror book and do Ursa Dax.
Well, the whole point was for it to be a horror and romance book club. So we just really understood the assignment. I'm down. Okay, here's another side note question. I know you talked about CJ Lead earlier and CJ Lead's next book, which I can't remember what it's called, but I know it's like set in Colorado or whatever. Do we want to read that? Does anybody want to read? Like, what's going on there?
I was so disappointed. We read Mayfly together. And
it's called Headlights
together.
Yeah. Okay. Can I just say, I didn't like the cover, and it also I think follows a cop, and I was like, is this going to be yikes?
Well, Missing Rapture also had a cop.
Okay, it follows a cop who is a man.
Yeah, that's what I don't like.
I get it.
That's a 2 out of 3 strikes right there.
Well, okay, it has a 4.2 out of the 67 reviews it has on Goodreads. What does American Rapture have? Because
I just want CJ to write something that feels more like Mayfly, because that fucked me up in the right way.
Hold the fucking phone.
I remember what I was going to recommend you.
Mayfly has the worst ratings of her career.
Well, that's because other people don't like it, but I liked it because
Mayfly didn't hit because it was too gory for a lot of people. Like a lot of average non-horror readers picked it up because they heard the buzz.
Okay, 367 for Mayfly, 396 for American Rapture, and 421 for Headlights. So that makes me nervous, actually.
I could see how American Rapture is more palatable than Mayfly, but I like Mayfly because it was
unhinged,
completely insane, and I still think about that stupid mouse and pipe scene. I'm not okay,
I think about it all the time, and for that reason only, I will be recommending you guys. Julie Chan is dead.
What is that?
I would say I hated about 60% of that book, but
thanks, Sam.
Okay, so the 2 books you've recommended to us on this stream are a book you DNF'd and a book you hated 60% of. What are we doing?
Okay, but hear me out. Julie Chan, I have more confidence that there might be more elements to it that you guys would enjoy. But it is pitched as a thriller mystery first.
Right.
Okay.
And it's a debut.
Okay.
But the horror elements in it, I think, are on par with Mayfly. And therefore, those parts I fucked with so hard.
Okay.
I just didn't love the beginning and the end quite as much because I don't really care about like celebrities and the mind palace of all of the like psychological stuff that was going on. But oh my god, when the like women go on like this almost cult-esque retreat, oh my god, insane. And I need you guys to read those parts.
Okay, I've never even heard of this book. I don't like the cover.
In 25.
But if you tell me to read it, then I'm listening.
Good. I love having influence on my friends.
You surely do.
I'm looking to see if there's anything I want to recommend to you guys right now. And honestly, not really. Nothing's really hitting for me. Oh, you know what's a good horror that I don't know if I'm recommending to either of you, but I did like it, so I just kind of want to put that out there. My Annihilation by Fuminori Nakamura. It's an extremely weird book where you don't know what... Alea, I think I told you about this when we were working at the bookstore.
I was gonna say, I've definitely heard about this before.
It's one where I truly did not know what the fuck was happening for like 75% of the book, and then they like explain it, and you're like, oh, yo!
And it was 3.34.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, I don't care. I'll stand by it. I'm standing 10 toes down on Fuminori Nakamura right now. Ugh. I feel like
it doesn't actually sound at all like I Was a Teenage Slasher, but for some reason it's giving me vibes of I Was a Teenage Slasher.
Okay, I heard you say that you liked that, and then I immediately wanted to read it so bad because I have the audiobook from
I loved it. It was one of my favorite Stephen Graham Jones ever. I love Stephen Graham Jones.
I literally haven't read Stephen Graham Jones yet, and that's so embarrassing being from the Pacific Northwest.
So I think I read one thing from what did I read? I read that.
Did you read My Heart is a Chainsaw?
With the Deers?
No, none of those. I read a short story from him that was in the Never Whistle at Night collection. And it was so good and I loved it. And I was like, I need to read more Stephen Graham Jones because I'm a dumbass and I haven't.
Well, lucky for you, I read a lot of his stuff, but also like nothing because he has so many novellas. Yeah. I don't really recommend a lot of the novellas. Richie, you might like The Last Final Girl because it's kind of written screenplay-esque.
Okay.
Night of the Mannequins is good and interesting. Those are like my two favorite novellas from him.
Okay.
My Heart is a Chainsaw, slow literary slasher genre love letter. if you can get past the first 300 pages, it pays off in the last 100 pages. But it's chunky and it's setting up a series, so like that one, you know, can take it or miss it. It really depends on how much you care about like Indigenous young girl who's like, I believe our town is going to be hit by a slasher, and just like so firmly believes it, but also is like dealing with racism and people being so shitty. So I think commentary was good for My Heart is a Chainsaw, but it is slow. And then there's Buffalo Hunter Hunter, which is his newest release that everyone really is liking. I'm 100 pages into it. It's told in epistolary. It's a vampire historical book. That's all I know so far. What else do we have? Worst I'm a Teenage Slasher is so fun. It's so camp. It's also very like slasher territory, but you don't need like knowledge of slasher movies the same way. But it's what if a slasher in a movie was a paranormal type, an entity of some sort, where like if somebody hands you a knife, why do you run faster? I really loved I Was a Teenage Slasher. The audiobook was fantastic. The book was fantastic. Made me cry at the end. Shouldn't have, but I did.
I need to read that.
It was really good. I love Stephen Graham Jones. I highly recommend him. Oh, and Only Good Indians was his debut novel, and it really hones in on like Indigenous culture and being hunted by like killing an animal and a lot of basketball.
Okay.
Also very good. I think I need to reread that one because I don't think I retained half of it. But I really recommend Stephen Graham Jones.
Guys, if I ask us to read a book that's very obviously out of print and is from 1993, but I promise to buy you both a copy.
Okay, yeah.
Have y'all heard of Primal Fear by William Deal?
I don't think so, but I would read the ebook if you wanted me to. I'll go find an ebook.
If you find an ebook, you let me know because I can't. I own a hardcover from the 90s that I bought for too much money.
Is it by William Deal?
William Deal? Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. And honestly, I'm not even sure if you're gonna like it, but it was like one of the first horror books I ever read, and I do want your opinion on it. So, and there's a movie
on Kindle Unlimited.
Guys, if you wanted to read Primal Fear with me, because I've been
only
looking
436 pages.
Listen, here's what I'll say. It's the first in a series. I was 16 years old. I read the first 2 books in the series. The start of the 3rd book of the series, the main antagonist is pretending to be a blind preacher, and he's seducing a 16-year-old girl. And I, at 16, had a rare moment of clarity where I was like, this is too much, and I shut the book and I never finished the series. So I don't know what happens.
Okay.
But the first book is pretty good.
Okay, so Richie wants us to read Primal Fear and the hockey romance one.
That's right.
Anything else you'd like to bring to the function? Are those the top 2 today?
I cannot believe that I'm being clowned on when Sam has been recommending her entire DNF list. This is a travesty.
Hey, I might recommend a DNF list, but I also know what you guys like. So I can also tell you.
Honestly though, I think I like the hockey romance.
I don't think you're gonna like Primal Fear. I just want to know your opinion. I think it'd be good to talk about, which technically that's what we're supposed to do here.
I read 261 books last year. I'm not gonna do that again exactly, but I am here to just like read books that I wouldn't normally pick up. So
yeah,
I'm easy to influence. I'm down to do it.
Can I? Oh, hang on. I also have to show you guys something. One of the perks of working at the movie theater.
So much popcorn.
Sam, tell me again what the name of the hockey romance is that everybody's frothing at the mouth for.
Heated Rivalry.
Okay, let me look up this series. Oh my god. I'm saying oh my god, but
it came out in 2019.
This cover is a hate crime, first of all.
I know.
Y'all see this movie?
Recovered designs. I think it might have been like
what are you
looking at?
I'm trying so hard to open it. Have you seen this
Together.
movie?
No.
It's a body horror about two people who are fusing together.
Richie, I think you should know by now that we are not as big of movie buffs, and we're really bad when it comes to watching things.
I feel like I don't know anything, and Richie tells me about all these things I didn't even know existed.
Really. I think Richie needs to force us into like a movie TV show club where like we just have to watch a movie once a month together.
Literally, Richie made me watch Promising Young Woman, and I still think about that shit all the time. And that's the tea.
I have
You guys both made me watch F-Boy Island, and I think about that a lot.
The fact that we haven't all been able to
know.
get together and watch that together is criminal.
It is criminal. I've got nothing but spare time on my hands anymore, so, you know.
I truly think that I would be down to do a movie or a TV show club, but I also know that my schedule is insane right now. Do you know what I do? I go to work at 6 p.m. and I come home at 3 in the morning now.
That's crazy.
I'm about to work 50 hours a week.
No, I'd be down. Listen, here's the thing. Yeah, I definitely recommend you things that nobody's ever heard of, but then you guys are like, have you heard of the most popular book on Book Talk right now that sold 58 bajillion copies in 2 weeks? And I'm like, what? Crazy. Yeah. So, you know, we all have our blind spots. Mine is just anything is popular.
Not a balanced group.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, okay, here's a question. Diverse. So, if we're going to read Heated Rivalry, are we going to do that? So that's the second book in the series?
I think we should read it, but I also think we should wait for 100 years because no way are we getting our hands on it.
I mean, I can get my grubby hands on just about everything because...
If you find a PDF of Heated Rivalry for me, if you sail the 7 seas and accomplish that...
I will sail the sea right now. You give me 2 seconds.
Send it to me, sure. Yeah, we'll do it. I think we should finish Ursa Dax first, though.
I have to read Miss Magnolia's book.
Is available in Ohio right now, so I guess tell me when.
Say the word, I suppose.
Ohio has unlimited copies right now. Oh, so does Harris. Okay, yeah. The libraries know what's up. They got unlimited copies because they know people are dying for it.
Yeah, they locked in.
So,
my sister is the one who told me about the show and was like, listen, I've never seen Tumblr be more like 2014 Tumblr. Like, the girls on Tumblr are treating this like it is supernatural. I need you to understand, I am seeing edits the likes of which I have not seen for over a decade. It's kind of iconic.
Yeah.
Okay.
It really is that girl right now. And it is strange. But I also think, like, it makes sense that with the times that we're in right now and things are really bad, that, like, people are like, let's go back to, like, fandom culture where I can just, like, ship my little boys together.
I will also say there's a tiny bit of progress that they're actually gay.
That's true.
Like, we no longer are we smashing together 2 heterosexual men and being like, Chris, damn it.
Yeah, can we talk about the fact that there might be a second movie to Casey McQuiston's The Boy one?
Oh, Red, White, and Royal Blue?
Yes. Apparently they're talking about making a sequel movie to that.
But I hated that movie so much. I don't want to entertain it. I don't. I think it's so dumb. I hate that freaking movie. It makes me so mad.
I don't know. Am I probably going to spend my birthday watching people we meet on vacation? Probably.
And work, diva.
But I'm very much like separate movies from the books. I am that person that's like, I'll watch the movie and I'll say it's a good movie without reading the book, or like not make them the same. Be like, they cut that scene out. It's like, obviously.
My problem is not that they cut a scene out. My problem is that the book was entirely about white men in positions of power who are sexually abusing men of color, and then they ripped that storyline out and made the villain a man of color. And I think that's fucking reprehensible. Like, I cannot. There are so many things that I can like live and let die on movie adaptations. That in particular, I was like, make your own fucking movie. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, no, making it the journalist the bad guy rather than politicians was
disgusting. It was disgusting.
For sure.
Weak-willed, no teeth.
Yeah, but they're apparently making a sequel to that somehow, and I'm like, why?
There's more story to tell there, sure.
Yeah, it's like, he becomes president, cool. But also, you know, I am a fan of Casey McQuiston, and if this means that they get their bag, fucking make a movie. Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, happy for you.
Yeah.
I'm so... I'm starting to love endings so much. I love when things end, guys. That's so cool. Because every fucking thing on Earth has to have 86 sequels now. And I'm like, sometimes things just end.
You know,
Sometimes
I've been
we
ranting about
kill
that a
the
lot lately.
Terminator and we don't gotta bring him back. Sometimes the Terminator died and we did it. Because if you bring it back, 9 times out of 10 what happens is you yank back all of the character development and story arc and like considerate things that you have put into the first piece of work.
I've been complaining all month about how a lot of the sequels to duologies, like the conclusions of a duology that I picked up this year, were absolute hot garbage and made me so mad. Like, all of them were 2 stars compared to the 5-star book that the first one was. I was just so mad. I'm like, our author's not getting enough time to, like, develop plots and, like, is it not meant to be a duology and they're just making it that way? Like, I don't understand why they're bad.
I mean this in the nicest way possible, but in today's climate, if you are not thinking about what your sequel is going to look like when you are shopping the first one, you're a fucking idiot. You really are. Because if you're not going to do it, somebody else is going to do it. You need to think ahead.
And also, I'm so sick of a book that's meant to be, like, was planned for a duology, planned for a trilogy, and then is getting extended past what it was planned. Like, Supernatural, for example, like, the first 5 seasons, 8 seasons, whatever, where it's like, this was the plan, and then we kept going. We need to stop doing that. If it's meant to be a trilogy, leave it as a freaking trilogy. Makes me so mad.
Listen, I'm ready whenever anyone else is, so...
Shit.
Okay, also, I am looking at this cover closely, and it's making me laugh so hard that there's just these 2 guys, and then there's, like, the sliver of a hockey shoe in betwixt the 2 of them. Like, you can't even see... There's a hockey shoe in there. You see that?
Can I say something, though?
Yes.
That I have to... First of all, I saw that Odd Mart sticker, and I love you and I miss you. Secondly... I'm not sure if Heated Rivalry is actually the book that the TV show is based on. I think it might be the first book.
Well, I don't know. I Googled it and it showed me that one, so I don't know.
Well, that's a book in the series, but I think it's actually based on the book Game Changers, which is part of the same series.
Well, the whole series is called Game Changers.
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe I'm just dumb. Specifically book 2.
Right.
Okay. And what's book 1? Is book 1 Game Changers?
I don't think so. God.
Book 1 is Game Changer.
Heated Rivalry.
Heated Rivalry. Tough Guy, Common Goal, Role Model, I can read. The Longest Game, Unrivaled.
Oh, are they all about? Oh. Is Heated Rivalry based on a true story? Is so funny. I don't think it is.
What?
I don't think so. But I will say, hey, huge news, and not a joke. A hockey player, who I believe is with the NHL, came out and said it was because Heated Rivalry gave him the courage to last week. And I think that's fucking awesome.
I think it's so awesome. Cool. You know what I don't think is awesome? White women showing up to hockey games with signs saying you guys should kiss.
Yeah.
I'm not here for it. I really hate it.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I think that men are extremely weird. But I think that we have let white women get away with being the weirdest for too long.
Yeah.
Because I think about even when I was a kid, y'all remember Twi Moms?
No.
Bursting over 15-year-old Jacob Black in the Twilight movies?
That's
asking 15-year-old Taylor Lautner to take his shirt off when you're a full 35 with children. Hey, leave him alone. Leave him alone. What if we left him alone? You remember all the ladies who were thirsting over Harry Styles when that was a full 17-year-old boy? Leave him alone. What if we left him alone? I think white women have been weird forever. I think they're going to keep being weird. I think we need to stop it.
Yeah. Heartstopper forcing one of the cast members to be like, hey, if you don't tell me your sexuality, you can't be casted in this. Hey, maybe let the 17-year-old live his life.
I'm seriously so obsessed with... So somebody asked Jacob Tierney the creator or the showrunner of Heated Rivalry, they were like, so are like the two guys in the show gay? Like, are they gay for real? And he looked at the interview and he went, you know, it's illegal to ask that under like national labor laws, right? Like, it's illegal for me to ask them what their sexuality is. I don't know. Why would I need to know? I can't even ask them.
I simply just have to hire them if they're good.
Yeah.
Like, thank you, King.
Yeah. It is a crazy time. Like, I do feel like we are really reverting back to the 2014s of it all.
Yes.
Which in some ways is very comforting. And in some ways I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
I already did this. This did so much damage to my 16-year-old psyche. I don't know if I needed to do damage to my 30-year-old psyche.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? It is what it
Can
is.
somebody tell me if the show is based on the first book or not?
I can ask
really
Eliza.
trying to figure it out.
Also, these covers are so strange. But whatever.
SOS, asking for a friend. This needle driver was based on the second book.
Okay, Game Changers book series. Not on thrift books. Oh! What is happening?
You leave thrift books alone.
I will not. Thrift books one time didn't send my sister like a full box of books, and my sister just lost that dang money. Okay,
That's
the first book. Whoa, okay, me when I lie and I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, no. So you are right. The second book, Heated Rivalry, is what the first season is based on. But the one episode that I said is a complete departure, that is the first book. The entire first book.
Okay.
So.
Fair.
So we're all kind of on the right path in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, so we're locked
in. Okay, well that also looks interesting. Listen, if it's a romance and you say you want me to read it, I'll read it.
Yeah, I mean, ow.
These are dark times. I'll read any smut. Listen. It's true.
I can't wait to roll up to the live show and I'll be like, the book was bad.
Oh, well, yeah.
Listen, when we roll up and when the book is bad, because there's no way it's going to be good. Like, there's simply no way. I think it's going to be a good lesson to learn that sometimes adapting bad things is smarter than adapting good things and doing it badly.
Yeah.
I think that we should stop adapting good things, to be honest. I think we should just adapt bad things and make them better.
Yeah, well, let's be real. Heated Rivalry, I mean, the books it's not going to be Fallon and his cocktail. So, let's be honest with ourselves.
The show Heated Rivalry, though, I will say, is like, people are acting like it is full tilt pornography. And it's like not. Like, there are sex scenes, but I think that it, genuinely, I think it is homophobia. Like,
the
can I say that?
Give like, oh, we're just watching men sleep together the whole time, and I'm like, is there a plot to the show? Is there anything else?
First 2 episodes, they're banging a lot. I'm not gonna front about that. And like, they do have sex. I'm not gonna act like this is a pure chase show, but it is pretty tastefully shot, and it's like definitely not the crux of the thing. Most of it is about like what it's like to be closeted in 2009 and a hockey player.
Okay.
So like, yeah, there are sex scenes, but I feel like people are acting like it's full tilt, like 50 Shades BDSM, and it's like, no, that's just 2 people having sex. You've seen that before. So I don't know. I do think it's a little bit the homophobia. I will say there is a sex scene though, where they're having sex, and then it fades to black, and then it fades back in, and they're still having sex, just in a different position. And I laughed I had to pause the episode because I was laughing so hard. Jacob Tierney, the man that you are. Like, also, he's one of the co-creators of Letterkenny. Y'all know the show Letterkenny? Delightful show. Extremely funny show that's like a totally normal comedy about like some guys living in Canada. And then he was like, we're going to hard pivot and we're going to do the gay sex show instead. And good for him.
Hey, you got to have a diverse portfolio.
He's got the range. He said, you'll see Canadians, you'll see hockey, but one of them's going to be like the most like casual, straight, like trailer park boys for Canada. And then the other one's going to be the gay sex show that all the girlies are geeking for.
Yep.
Okay.
Speaking of like TV and movies, Regretting You Colleen Hoover's movie is out in the world, and I've only seen one person talk about it. So
because nobody cares. They're bad.
They're bad, but like, where's Verity at?
Where is Verity? I'm so pissed.
It's released this year.
If I don't see Anne Hathaway piss that diaper in the next 12 months, I'm gonna fucking freak out, dude. I'm over it. I'm done. How on earth did they announce the movie, start showing me photos from the set, and then release 2 other Colleen Hoover adaptations before we even get a trailer? This is a travesty. I'm mad.
Apparently, it's supposed to have a theatrical release October 2nd, 2026.
And I'll be there.
We're
I'm
coming
calling
to
out of
your
work and
theater
then
to go
showing up
see
for my work.
Verity.
Can you FaceTime me while you're there? I'll be really quiet. We'll have it on mute.
Watching it from the booth. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I just want to see it. I know it's going to be bad. I know. I get it. I know. But, like, that is the one that I think has a shot. Because all of the other ones, the casts are so busted. And I don't care. Like, I don't care about McKenna Grace and Allison Williams. Please.
Whoever they
You're telling
are.
me Dave
I don't
Franco's in
know who
this?
that is.
Exactly. Allison Williams, her dad is a newscaster. And then she was in Get Out, and she was very good in Get Out. Like, she's a good actor. But, like, nobody cares. Nobody cares. And McKenna Grace, you know, because she plays the younger version of every blonde actor in Hollywood. And those two and Dave Franco are the stars of Not Regretting You, of the other one that they did. About the affair. Oh my god.
Mm.
I don't even remember what it's called.
It Ends With Us.
No, that's the Blake Lively one.
There's another one.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They released It Ends With Us. Then they were like, we're doing Verity now. And then they released photos from the set. And they have released 2 more Colleen Hoover movies since then.
That's crazy.
Nary a trailer in sight. Show me Josh Hartnett being a weirdo. I'm not joking. Like, I'm fucking mad. What is it called? Oh my god.
What a wild time we live in.
Okay, also, we still have not read Layla by Colleen Hoover.
Oh my god, we haven't.
I hate to circle back to that. Listen, we got into Ursa Dax though, and like she's the priority. We know this.
Well, okay, but I think next month what are we reading? Oh, we're reading When the Wolf Comes Home and the 3rd Ursa Dax. Then the month after that, we read Layla and the 4th Ursa Dax.
Okay.
And then by then, hopefully, they will have given me a fucking Verity trailer and we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, okay, I would love to have some way where we could watch season 3 of Fuckboy Island.
It's called We Get in a Discord. It could just be the 3 of us.
I want to do it so bad because I started watching it on my bachelorette trip with my friend, and then my friend fell asleep, and I was like, okay, well, I have to go to bed now, but I need to watch this with somebody else.
Yeah.
So
We can watch it.
I also think we could just
gonna
like set up a private StreamYard and just watch it in StreamYard. Like we can have our
Yeah, we
Discord,
could.
we can talk over it, and we can just share screen and
Yeah.
play it. Like there's a couple ways we can do it.
Listen,
you gotta get on it.
we can screen record us watching F-Boy Island, and then we can just do commentary highlights and edit those and release that. And then the folks who care about F-Boy Island can pay to watch the full one, and then we're getting you your bag.
Hell fucking yeah.
Whatever you want to do.
What I want to do, I don't know how to edit. That's on y'all. I don't care.
The editing part really easy, actually. Someone just needs to like be pressing a button so we have like a timestamp. What's good?
Yeah, no. In all seriousness,
become
though,
a
I
quick
don't care. Private, public, I'd be down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta do that. Okay. I'm excited about next month though. I need to know what's going on with our girl Magnolia.
Yes.
I'm so excited about this, man.
It would be kind of nice that if we like finish all 5 of the first ones before we go off to like a different warden, then we can kind of like pause in between if we feel we need it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably won't, but just in case, if we were like, okay, we finished the 5, like that's the collection number 1.
Yeah.
Right.
If we like diverge for a little bit and then come back to the remaining 3, that's also an option.
Is this the one? The 3rd one? Sorry, I'm on Kindle Unlimited. I'm frothing at the mouth. Don't mind me.
Yeah, I won't
I
wait to
remember
read
what the
it
third
same
one was
day.
called.
I will plan ahead more accordingly. I just truly was like, yesterday I sat down, I pulled it up on my phone, I said, I have to read that. And then 4 hours went by and I didn't look at my phone once and completely forgot.
Okay, can I say something? I corrected you earlier in this, and I was wrong. It's Wrangled by the Alien Rancher. Because you said cowboy, I said rider, so we were both wrong actually. Because the first one is married to the alien cowboy, and the third one is resisting the alien rider. So
yeah.
we got our wires crossed. The second one is actually Wrangled by the Alien Rancher.
Yes. Hence, Wrangled by the Alien Richard.
Yes. But the third one, is resisting the alien rider. And it's the second highest rated one in the series.
I'm so excited.
I'm really, guys, I might read it today. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. Wait, how are you reading them? Are you reading them through the PDFs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Are you reading it on the Kindle app, though?
No, I'm literally just reading it on my phone, like as a PDF.
It's fine, but like if you used it and if you read it in the Kindle app and you linked it to your Goodreads, you can save all of your highlights and you can just look back to it in a month from now so that you'll remember everything.
Really?
I didn't even know I could do that.
Yeah. My highlights are hidden so people can't see it, but like I can see them.
The problem is that I played with fire and I read the entire book in the day of the live stream last time, and so like I woke up this morning and I was like, it's 11 a.m. we go on at 4. I am going to simply read the book, and then I was done by like 12:45.
Okay, well, some people don't read as fast as you.
Well, okay. No, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying that like the problem is that I know that I can do that, and so if I don't read it now, it will be the day of the live stream that I like wake up and I'm like, oops, gotta read the book.
Yeah, there's no like proper option, which is why I think every time we've read a book from the series, it's like the day of we're like finishing it. It was same with Mating with the Mantis, where I was like, I finished Mating with the Mantis 15 minutes before we went live. Like, it's just something about these books.
Sam, this is the ugliest image I've ever been sent in my life.
Okay, fuck you.
I'm sorry to say, if I had $1 for every pixel in this image,
it was way worse than I said. I'm not worried about it.
It's really bad.
Again, the photo itself wasn't that bad. When I did it got way worse. But I didn't have like a smarter way of being like, here's my list of bajillions of books we've talked about.
I do appreciate it. I really do.
You know what I love is that I don't write down a goddamn thing because I know you guys write shit down, and you just tell me what we're gonna read for my book club. That's why I invited you, because it's too many decisions, and I was getting in my head, and I was like, I need another brain. I can't be spending so much time worrying about this shit.
I plan my books like months in advance, so like this is what like having 1,000 book lists around me is how I function normally.
I will say it is nice, though, because I think part of what was getting you in your head is that we planned out, like, fucking 16 months in advance, and I think that was, like, too much pressure. So I think now being like, what do we want to read for the upcoming month is a lot better for
Let's, like, plan, like, a quarter at a time, maybe.
Yeah, that's easier for my brain. Plus, I was trying to, like, switch it up with, like, not reading 3 horror books back to back, like, trying to jump genres. Now it's like, who cares? We're reading either a romance or a horror or both. Whatever.
I will say, peek behind the curtain for anyone watching. At 12:30 p.m., I texted in our group chat, King of Procrastination over here just read the second book, excited to talk today. And then at 12:31, Sam sent back, literally 60 pages in right now, I got distracted playing Sims. And then at 12:31, Alea said, same. So we were really on it this month.
We did really good.
Honestly, that's the most Sam message I've ever heard. I got distracted playing Sims. No way.
I like making my D&D characters in The Sims. What are you gonna do?
Oh my god. Not you combining your 2 favorite things.
I found out that one of my coworkers at my new job plays D&D, and I was like, so what do you play? And she started talking about her character, and then I was like, ooh, okay, the last character I played, and we started talking about it, and then we realized that both of the characters were asomers, and we were like, wow, we're holding hands in solidarity. This is, we're best friends now.
I love that.
Do you have a work friend?
I have, I think, more than one work friend, which is kind of... Also, guys, I might be acting again. I don't really know what's going on.
You are?
I might be. It's coming up. Well, okay. So one of my coworkers is like a very good filmmaker,
Works in the
and
movie theater, makes sense.
yeah, he's like 22, and he's
Oh.
like good. Like
Cool.
I've seen his stuff. He's really good. And when he's not working at the movie theater, he's a videographer at weddings.
Ooh,
He's
fun.
really talented, but he likes doing like horror shorts, and he showed me one of them, and I was like, hey, so like I used to act, so like
I mean, like an extra in the background or something.
Dude, did you show him that scene with the eggs you did that one time?
Yeah, I did. I showed him that whole horror short. And I was like, listen, the short is not very good.
I'm out of the loop, and like maybe I need to know what's going on.
Okay, so
yeah,
I can send it to you, and you have to understand that it was like literally like a guerrilla
full judgment. Don't worry, I've got you.
Oh no, listen, please judge. But we shot it over like 6 months on the Washington State campus illegally. So that was fun. It was a really good time. But I showed that to him, and then he looked at me and he was like, yeah, I'll write you a part. And then his friend, who he also does movies with, was like, oh yeah, you're gonna be booked this summer, don't even worry about it. And I was like,
T.
And then the bartender at my work was talking to some actors in town and is like getting me set up to maybe take some acting classes with some of them.
Fun.
So I might be acting again, which is kind of crazy.
Okay, so what you're saying is you're about to be so incredibly busy.
Listen, maybe,
fine.
But also maybe I'm not going to do anything, you know? It's January, so this is the time to set a New Year's resolution and then not do it.
Yeah.
True.
I'll worry about that come April 16th. Then I will be a new person. Until then, I am the same sad girl.
Let me send you...
But Chloe and I have been chatting a lot about the bookish D&D thing. Mm-hmm. So I'm really going to try and like chokehold force her into that sometime this year. She's moving to Florida in, I think, March. So I know all of my Idaho friends are just fleeing far from me. I don't know what that's about.
Sorry.
Seems like it's something you should maybe move to the Midwest. I don't know.
Yeah.
I own a home, and I don't think that'll happen anywhere else.
No, and that's actually so real. And actually, I gotta say, don't move where I am right now. Yeah. Hey, folks, don't move where I am right now.
No, thank you.
I'm scared for you. I didn't hear back from you, and I was like, is Richie in jail? Like, what's going on?
Can I keep it a buck? I have so many people. That sounds like a brag, but like I just, because I move around a lot, I have so many people who I am friends with who don't live where I live.
Yeah.
That my phone was getting absolutely blown the fuck up, and I turned off my text notifications, which is not cute. To be like, I'm in an incredibly dangerous situation, and people are reaching out to ask if I'm okay, and I'm going to ignore all of you. But I was getting a little overwhelmed. Much appreciated, obviously. Thank you.
I'm the silent friend that's like, I don't know if I should overstep boundaries.
If you had, I wouldn't have been like offended. I just also super wouldn't have read it. I happened to be looking at my text when the text from you came through that was like, I think we're gonna like cancel the live show. And that was the only reason I saw it, because I literally have not read like a single text in the past 5-6 days.
You did truly respond so fast that I was like, Richie was clearly on their phone.
I was 100% in my text when that came through. But yeah, so that's why I didn't respond, is because I'm a little overwhelmed at the time. Because Minneapolis is a lovely city most of the time, and right now I would say she's struggling a little bit.
It's kind of similar with Portland. Not after your incident. An incident happened there, and I said, thank God I don't live in the city.
Yeah, because I do, and I will say, like, it's gone away now, but after the big the national news thing happened, there was an increase in like helicopter sounds over my apartment for a few days. So it's kind of been popping off a little bit. There was a time I walked outside of work and my car was surrounded by like 7 ice trucks, and I was like, no, for sure, dog, thank you, that's awesome, actually. And then they peeled out when they saw I was white, so see ya, cowards. That's really cool. Yeah, it's been a lot. So, but I do appreciate the text. I was looking through it. I felt very bad because a lot of people reached out with very nice things to ask if I was okay, and I did not.
Well, you could just send them, hey, if you haven't heard from me, go to this live show 2 hours in. From me.
What I should have just sent a mass text to everyone in my contacts list and just been like, I'm alive, do not reach out.
Yeah. Next time I'm just gonna call you.
No, fair. Honestly, like, go off, and I will probably be more likely to answer that.
I was like, I don't want to be annoying, because I was like, your family's probably already blowing you up. I was like, your parents are definitely like blowing you and your sister up, I'm sure.
I have talked to my dad more in this past week than I think I have in the first 30 years of my life, maybe. I don't know. Like, I talk to him at least once a day, sometimes multiple times a day at this point. Because he unfortunately has Minneapolis news alerts on. So a lot of times he will tell me when things are happening. I was at work when everything went down, so I didn't know what was going on. And so I got a call from him, and that's how I found out.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's been, you know, and I think it's a good thing most of the time to live in a state where the politicians have been pretty outspoken against the president. But I think that the problem is that when the president then decides that he doesn't like that very much, I still live here. So it's a little rough.
Yeah, I slightly off topic, but still on topic. Austin and I were walking the dogs, and I kid you not, we're walking the dogs, and he's telling me how his coworker is like trying to convince him to invest into his 401k. And Austin's response, no joke, was Russia has about 14 nukes off the coast of Venezuela, or missiles or whatever, off the coast of Venezuela pointed at us. So why would I invest in a 401k? And I said, hey, pal, I think you need to get off the internet for like a couple of days. I think you might need to take a step back. I think your heart's in the right place. Like, I get it, but like, take a break.
Yeah.
You have the privilege to do that here. We're in Oregon. You're going to be okay if you just like don't look at the news for a week. Yeah.
I think right now it's a little difficult to look ahead 10 years. I also think that it has been very cool to live in a place where the public outcry has been so outspoken.
Right.
So I am trying right now to find some good in that, as there are a bunch of paramilitia members pepper spraying high school kids a block from where I used to live. So, you know, high highs and low lows over here.
Yeah. I think the only it's been a bad year. In bad couple years.
It's the 18th of January.
We're 2 weeks in.
We're 2 weeks in.
The only decent thing to come out of last year and this year is the conversation of like having community. Now, my goal this year is to make a single friend in the city. I want to make one real life in-person friend this year. That's not my coworkers. That's my only goal.
Yeah, I think that it is. It's nice to be somewhere where, like, even because, like, you know, but before all of this was going down, like, I remember last June, I was like, when I might have even said this on a live, but like, I was at work during Pride, and people would come in and just openly be like, "You gay? You going to Pride?" And like, I think it's a very like, it's very new to me to live in a place where people seem to want to like talk about themselves, and it seems like a much safer place to sort of be open about that. And I think that that's part of the reason why this week has been so weird, is because I think that like community around here is a lot easier to find than in other places that I maybe have lived. But you know, we get by. And we got to read an Ursa Dax book today to forget about that for an hour and a half, so that's pretty sick.
Ursa Dax is getting us through.
She is saving my life. She, they, what's their pronouns?
I don't know.
I thought it was she, but I'm not trying to misgender someone right now. Also, Sam, I did put the short film in the group chat.
I saw, and whenever we're done, I will enjoy my time.
Yeah, Richie and I were working together when they shot that, and I got to hear all the behind the scenes about how much eggshell Richie got in their bra, and I'll never forget about that.
Ursa Dax, she, her pronouns, lives in Canada.
Gorge.
Cool.
With her husband and 2 cats.
No wonder she's so whimsical.
No wonder she likes
that's why when you read it, you go, oh, there's a U in the word color. I was like, she's either Canadian or Australian. I wasn't sure which.
Oh, I'm trying to think. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait, Alea, we were working together when I ate the liver, weren't we?
Yes.
Yeah. In the short film, there's a scene where I eat raw liver, and that is really me eating real raw liver. And I remember our other coworker, Laura, who I love so deeply, was disgusted, like horrified at the concept of me eating raw liver for this short.
Yeah, I couldn't do it, but like I applaud you for doing it.
It was like 6 takes. It wasn't like we spent all day doing it, you know.
Yeah, I just have a weak stomach. I hate most things. I'm just.
Oh, I threw up. Like, let's be very clear. I did throw up. But like, we had our boom mic guy, Alec, was holding the boom in one hand and a trash can in the other hand. So I would eat the raw liver they'd call cut, and I'd like wait the trash can on the side. And then they threw raw eggs at me. I there's a scene where I'm throwing up and it's supposed to look like blood, and what it actually is Coca-Cola and Fruity Pebbles syrup mixed together. And I remember during that scene, I'm throwing up on my scene partner. God love him. What a weirdo. Alea did not like him very much.
Throwing up on my scene partner. What a weirdo. Alea hated him.
I mean, he was a nice guy.
He was a nice guy.
A little problematic.
He was a little problematic. I think that's fair. But I'm throwing up on him, and he looked at me and he went, I love you to pieces. You smell so fucking bad right now. And I was like, I know. And he was like, God, it's just raw meat and fucking rotten egg and Fruity Pebbles, and you're a nightmare. Like, you're a nightmare. I hate this so
Oh, no.
I was like, yeah, that's probably true. So, sorry to that king, who didn't mind that I was throwing up Coke into his mouth, but was like, but the meat smell is too much, actually. I was like, you know what? You're real for that, king.
You're like, well, King, didn't you write it? So that's on you.
He didn't. His partner wrote it.
Well,
yeah, he just acted in it, and then never knew his lines one single day in his life. So we love that.
As somebody who was acting since the 3rd grade on the main stage, my theater kid roots go real deep.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, I remember I got the lead in 5th grade. My school wrote normally we like did normal plays and like got leasing rights and whatever, but for whatever reason they decided to write a play in my 5th grade year, and we performed at the Holt Center, which is like where big stage Broadway plays come to do. Like, it was big stuff, and I was the lead, and I had the first act fucking down. The second act was I was a host for a talent show, basically. Like, it was like All the World's a Stage, and so we'd visit different countries, and it was like a big talent show.
Yeah.
I had a clipboard, and I was hostess cupcake, and there was cupcakes all over my little apron. I was a little host.
Cute.
My lines for Act 2 were all on that fucking clipboard.
Listen, sometimes I have like crazy anxiety, so I know my lines because I will die if I don't. But sometimes you're not ready, Sometimes you're just not ready, and it's fine. But I do remember there was a day where he had a humongous, like a 3-minute monologue that is not in the final thing, because we showed up that day and I said, "You ready to give your monologue?" And he said, "My what?" And I said, "We're shooting in 10 minutes. We're shooting in 10 minutes. You cannot say my what." So it's not in.
No, we did like months of rehearsing. It was like very like. I didn't go to class for months because I was actively in rehearsals for way too long, watching other kids dance. My class, each class had like a different performance, and my 5th grade class was Tanzania. So they wore all black clothes with like black light paint on them. And did like a African dance of some sort.
The more you regret starting the story, the further you get into it.
I wasn't a part of it because I was the host, so I just gotta like witness the controversy, and have no actual part in it. So if anybody finds that video of me,
the first part I ever played in my life was an Indian in Peter Pan. And the second part I ever played in my life was a child from India in The Secret Garden. And they did put my little 9-year-old ass in full brown face for that. So hashtag Richie is over party.
The comedian John Marco Cerezi. He has a podcast.
I love him.
Yeah, he was in one of his like earlier plays was Aladdin. I think he said in
Yeah.
high school where he was like Aladdin and they did brown face, and I was like,
Yep.
cool. We all just like
Yeah.
live the same life.
Sometimes when you're a kid, grown-ups just put you in brown face, and
Yeah.
you're like, okay.
And sometimes you don't know better. And what are you gonna do?
That's just a burden I get to bear.
Yeah. And I love it.
Cute.
Yeah. So I can't really judge the little Tanzania blacklight dance. That's fine.
Oh, but we did recently, like last week, went to see Book of Mormon for the first time with the family and Austin. I don't think
Austin
liked it much, but my stepdad was having a hoot of a time.
Oh yeah, great show.
It was so good.
I love that show.
But I don't think he got it.
I think it's rare I'd ever tell someone to watch an episode of South Park, but I do think you actually like benefit greatly from watching the Mormon episode of South Park before you go to see the Book of Mormon. I think it helps you understand the tone a lot more.
But also, I think he knew, like we were reading the playbill, and he's like, "Oh, the writers of South Park did it." He's very familiar with the show, so like that was fine.
Okay.
I think he just didn't quite get the satire of making fun of the Mormon Church as somebody who's literally about to go on his very first mission to Mexico in March as an almost 30-year-old man.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I think
it's funny. I had a great time.
I think it's extremely funny that every time the Book of Mormon comes to Idaho, it sells out like crazy. Like, I remember they refused to go to Idaho for a really long time because they were like, well, the Mormons are going to hate us. We're not going to go. And then they went and it sold out like immediately. And so now they roll that tour through a lot.
I kid you not. I drove to Boise just to see Beetlejuice live there.
Oh, go off. Okay.
Which is now coming to Oregon in March, and I get to see it again. I'm so fucking happy. But it is really funny being in like a red state, but it's Boise, so like it's fine. And the jokes that they throw in that are like modern and relevant is so funny because half the crowd really into it, the other half of the crowd is like, "Oh, I didn't know they were gonna make a joke like that here." Okay, but then they're gonna come to Eugene, and I feel like they're gonna amp up the jokes because like that's just who we are. So I'm so excited.
I think that's so iconic. I will say I did see Book of Mormon for the first time in Chicago.
Ooh.
And also I saw it with Ben Platt. Before he popped off, he was my Elder Cunningham.
Oh my god.
In Chicago. So like we love that for me. But I did see it, and that was a very fun audience, and I am glad that I didn't see it for the first time in Boise. But it was very fun being someone from Boise, seeing that show and being like, I know y'all.
Yeah.
It's something.
Anyways, so we talked about musical theater.
Oh my god, sorry.
Let me get back on track.
Hey, that's part of it.
Time, so I didn't derail that hard.
This is the monthly yap. It's healthy. That's what we're here to do.
One, I've been looking forward to this for so long, and two, somehow it's only been 2 hours and it feels like 7, and I'm
I know.
My life. Like,
we also did talk about both of the books before we got off track, so I'm actually extremely proud of us. We kind of ate down on this one.
We really did. We really did. Love how this book club has like evolved. Love how my book club
best friends hanging out on a live.
Literally, the book club is just our book club. Like I don't even.
I do. Anytime I talk about it on my channel, I go, Alea's book club with Richie and I at every stage of there's no just Alea anymore.
Yeah. I do remember the first, like I was watching our first one, the Mary one. Or not sorry. Our first one was All Chained Up. And I was watching that one the other day. And it was so funny. I took notes. Bitch, I remembered character names. I had written down things I wanted to talk to you about. And now I come on here and I'm like, what's up? Isn't it crazy that tail went? Like, it is. I used to be so professional here.
Yeah.
It faded so quickly. I'm sorry.
No. I honestly think it's more entertaining for us to just scream about a scene with no context whatsoever. Because, the thought is you're supposed to read the book with us. So if you're watching and you're like, huh? That's on you.
Yeah. The covers are in the thumbnail. You know what books we're talking about. Yeah. So
it's the same with like Kayla hosts the Literally Dead book club. Yeah. And I'm actively participating in a lot of it. And there are so many times where they're like talking about a scene and I'm like, I simply don't remember anything that you guys are talking about. But then it refreshes and it gives it back. But it's not like the whole Like, here's exactly how the book happened. So I think we're doing great.
Yeah.
Plus,
I know.
Personal. One of my critiques of a lot of book clubs is it's just strictly book, and that's not always as fun. Because I read the book. I don't need you to just tell me how the book went.
Yeah, I like when we get into other stuff and like, oh, this book reminds me of this book, and oh, we should read this book and all that stuff.
I do love the segment when I recommend books to you guys.
Yeah, I think that's fun when it gets into like book recommendations and like other stuff too. I don't know. I know there's other book clubs and I'm sure they're very professional and all that, but sometimes it's like, can we just vibe? Can we just read a book and talk?
Yeah.
In these times, can I just read my Aliens met with my friend? You know.
Never expect you guys to actually like keep up with my videos because I post way too much. But I think it was my Bookish Awards. I had an award for like my favorite buddy read, and it fully went to Such Lovely Skin because I just to read together, even though we didn't like it.
Yeah,
and I just have
that was a fun one.
Yeah,
I think I really do like buddy reading with you guys. I would really like to do that more, to be honest. But I also think that it's extremely fun in its own way to like read a book and like get excited to talk to you about stuff, whereas like with the buddy reads it's like, well, I can just say my thought right there and I don't have to think about it. I kind of like the like little bit of time to be like, let me form an opinion to bring to these guys instead of just saying the dumbest thing on earth.
And I don't feel like every book fits the right. There's certain books for certain energies for sure.
Well, like I can't imagine reading American Rapture as a buddy read.
No.
I think that needed to be a book club.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's really hard to like read 100 pages and then come be like, I don't really get where we're going and what's the point, but like I'm gonna try and talk to you about it really quick.
Yeah. I also think it would have been hard to do a buddy read for the one we just read, Andrew Joseph White, because we would have just been a hot mess express the whole time.
Yeah.
You know?
We'd be crying. I think fun books. Like, we could have read Mating with the Mantis live together. That would have been fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I read You Weren't Meant to Be Human, I would just turn my camera off and cry.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I kind of felt that way.
Sing me this passage, please.
I'm really glad that it went the way it did with Mayfly, where you two had already read it, and then I was reading it on sprints, so it was like we still got kind of the live like reaction of it, but you two already had opinions about it, so I didn't have to just sit there and be like,
yeah.
I really like it. One of my favorite memories. I just loved not reading the entire time and just watching you react. It was great.
I always forget about that one, that we got Richie's live reaction to the end of Mayfly.
Yeah. I will say that I sent you a really bad photo, and part of that list is books that I've read that I've told you guys that you need to read still.
Yes.
So we have like a selection of things that you could pick up if need be during sprints. So
yeah, true. Which honestly would be nice, because I feel like I don't think about sprints. I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna hang out with my friends, and like 10 minutes before I'm like, oh my god, what am I reading?
Yeah, that's usually how that goes.
So
that's normal.
Which is why last time I showed up with a graphic novel about the Kent State shooting and then dropped it immediately and read a smut book I found on Libby.
And it was so fun.
Yeah, it was great. I had a good time.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. That's one thing with book clubs. It's like a lot of them, they're reading such like heavy, serious stuff, or it's so official. I'm like, yeah, but like, where's the monster romance though? You know, where's the Ursa Dax fun of it all?
I feel extremely confident that we could drop into a book club that's reading like The Bluest Eye and like have a cogent conversation about it. But there are so many places that do that already.
I do feel like that with our duality of this exact live of let's talk about Ursa Dax and then let's talk about You Weren't Meant to Be Human, which is like such a darker, heavier conversation where it's like we can be serious. We can button up our little shirts and have like a proper conversation. And then we'll start talking about a cocktail again, and it's great.
Exactly.
Constantly thinking of the guy at the bookstore who came up to me and Alea and asked us where we got our masters from, because he's never heard anyone talk about books that way who doesn't have a master's. And I was like, okay, sure.
I will say, Richie, if you do decide, with your so much free time, totally normal period of life that you're in, if you started a booktube channel, I think you'd pop off because everyone's all like, no one's reading critically anymore. And I think people can actually learn a little bit from you of like looking at a text and being like, here's my takeaways. I have actual thoughts.
I really appreciate that.
I'm the opposite. Right now, it's a lot of me reading a romantic book and going, "It good." I enjoy.
I think though that this book club has honestly helped me a lot to, because I think Alea can attest to this. Really, for a long time, I was reading to think. Like, reading was not a leisure activity for me, and I think that this has helped a lot in making me remember that, like, sometimes if you don't have the energy to read the Alexander Chi or to read the Carmen Maria Machado or to read, like, it's okay to pick up the Alien Smut book and read for an hour and a half. You still read a book, girl. Like, that's good.
Yeah.
So I am very grateful for that, because I
do find a lot of the conversations right now of like anti-intellectualism and nobody knows how to read a book critically and whatever. It's like, yeah, and sometimes I'm reading a romantasy book because I don't want to think critically. Maybe I'm consuming a lot of other stuff in my life and I don't want that in my reading because I need a form of escape. You guys are watching Heated Rivalries. I'm reading a Quicksilver. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Well, I think that sometimes also that critique. Well, okay, I'm torn, because I think sometimes, like, when that critique is leveled from older people to younger people, I think that is more talking about a societal thing. I think when that critique is like levied from young people to old people, there is a part of me that's like, well, yeah, girl, I use my critical thinking at my job.
Exactly.
Like, unfortunately, I also would love to sit there and like read a classic novel and have the brain space for that, but I'm using the brain space right now to fill out paperwork at my job that they pay me to think at.
Like, hi, sorry, I'm doing your taxes correctly and making sure that you're following law so we don't go to jail.
Yeah, when I'm doing my HR payroll audit, that's gotta have more of my brain energy than rereading Wuthering Heights, and that's just kind of the phase of life I'm in.
I did sign up to read Moby Dick.
Oh my God.
What?
Girl, I'm gonna be real. I read Moby Dick in college for a class on Herman Melville, the whole author, and let me tell you what. I've never.
Class.
Huh?
What a terrible class. What do you mean?
Listen, I only took it because the professor was fun, and I had him before, and I was like, whatever, I have to take a lit class, might as well do it with this professor. I like the Herman Melville class. Made me want to drown in my own bathtub. I'm not even kidding you. I was listening to the audiobook of Moby Dick trying to get through it for this class, and I was in the bathtub listening about fucking whales, and his biology is so off because he thinks he knows everything about a goddamn whale. Anyway, and I was laying in the bathtub going, if I just sink a little lower, maybe I don't have to finish this book. That's how bad the audiobook was. I wanted to drown myself in the tub. Sick. I didn't, obviously, because I'm here, but the book was terrible, and it wasn't worth finishing.
You said that so aggressively. I didn't, because I'm here, so, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't.
I read,
It's terrible.
Oh, what the fuck is it called? It was an Ernest Hemingway about a fucking fish, and that was...
Old Man in the Sea, baby!
Yeah. That one, I read that one, and that one's like 45 pages or whatever compared to Moby Dick. With like hundreds. And I hated that, so I'm not expecting a good time out of it. But I do have a stupid video that I've been slowly working on for like 3 years that I would just like to finish this year.
Sometimes you gotta read the bad book, though. I really do believe that. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta just, like, I have a copy of Anna Karenina on my shelf, and I'm like, someday we're gonna have to sit down and read that thing, you know?
Yeah, when you read it, let me know. It's also on my shelf, so.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Although I do find that I do enjoy a Russian novel more than an American, so.
Right now, the classic that's on my list, I just watched Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, and I haven't read that one since high school, and so I was like, I wanna give it an old read, because I didn't like it in high school, and it was one of the rare books I read that I didn't like in high school. So I was like, maybe sometimes there are books where you're like a little too dumb for at the time, and so I'm gonna try and give it a reread with my big old 30-year-old brain. Now that said, she wrote it when she was like 17. I read it when I was like 17, so maybe I just don't like the book. But I'm gonna give it a try.
Being told to read something, you already have a connotation towards it where you're like, I'm not gonna like it. It's a school book.
I was pretty lucky that I liked classics a lot, so I read a lot of them in my own time. So most of the classics I had to read in school were rereads, and I think that like helped a lot, because like I reread Fahrenheit 451, I reread 1984, I reread Hamlet. I read like a lot of them were ones I'd already picked up on my own time.
Unrelatable,
So
because my school was like, read Tim O'Brien, the
things they carried?
Yeah. I read that. We read Kite Runner. We were reading books that like were not classics in my brain at the time. Like they were good.
It is
but, like,
so insane to me that a school would let a kid read Kite Runner. Not that I'm saying it's a bad thing.
I want to
but
say it was
my school being like, we had to sign a permission slip to read Boy in the Striped Pajamas, and meanwhile other kids are getting to read Kite Runner.
Yeah,
There's
we
a
read
kid
Kite
that my
Runner. I
sister's
think
friends with who read Angels in America in high school.
They also sent us of Mice and Men, my freshman like summer going into freshman year, and they said, read this book before you come to class.
Yeah.
And I said, you really chose violence for all of these 14-year-olds.
I haven't read that one yet because my school made me read Grapes of Wrath, which is truly one of my least favorite books I've ever read in my entire life.
I hate Grapes of Wrath too.
I hate Grapes of Wrath.
Yeah.
That's terrible. I've read Mice and Men too. That one was better, but also dark. My favorite one I ever read was Pride and Prejudice because I read it at my grandparents' house over the summer. Next to the pool, I was sunbathing listening to Pride and Prejudice.
Nice.
Just talking to myself at the pool.
You should watch the Andrew On movie Fire Island because it is a Pride and Prejudice retelling, but it's all queer Asian men on Fire Island.
Fun.
And it's extremely cutie. It's really good.
That sounds good.
Bye. I'm bad at reading classics. I would like to do it more. I haven't read Frankenstein, Dracula.
I haven't read Dracula.
I haven't read Dracula, but I do sign up for Dracula daily. And then what happens every single time is for 3 months, I get emails from my good friend Jonathan, and then I leave him on read. I just simply stop reading his emails, and I never know what happens to him. So whoops.
Yeah, I like the idea. Frankenstein was on a lot of people's best of 2025 list.
Yeah.
So it's really had a resurgence as well as Dracula.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of people are reading classics right now because they're trying to be cool.
I think also because a lot of movies are coming out because Frankenstein came out like 2 months ago, and then Dracula is coming out in February.
Which I think is interesting because a lot of people are like, "Ooh, yeah, the Frankenstein movie is not actually the Frankenstein book whatsoever." There was a lot of liberties taken and things. So I'm like, this is interesting. There's like two camps where they're like, it's a perfect adaptation. The other people are like, it's not the point at all.
Okay, that's the thing for me is that I was watching that movie and I was like, this doesn't feel like the book that I read, but maybe I just don't remember the book. So that's another part of the reason why I read it, because everyone was saying it was such a good adaptation, and then I was watching it and I was like, is it?
Yeah.
Like, it's a fun movie, I guess. Jacob Elordi, unfortunately, Jacob Elordi eats the fuck down. And to be honest, I didn't want it for him. I was not rooting for him. I was hoping for him to fail, and then he didn't. He simply didn't. He was amazing, and I had to eat it on that one. So, you know, that's on me.
I'll watch it eventually.
The guy from the Kissing Booth could body down playing Frankenstein's creature like nobody's business. He made me cry.
I'm not surprised. The Kissing Booth was kind of good. I don't know.
I
Girl.
really love being friends with you, Sam. I think that's maybe the worst take you've ever given.
I was gonna say, I've heard you say a lot of things, and that was
good so much as it was fun. It was more what I was saying, but like
that's fair. I also don't think I agree with that though.
No, I was gonna say no to all of the above.
Another statement that is not endorsed by the Big Bad Boy Bitches book club.
Yeah, we don't support that. We don't support.
Sometimes I have to come with bad takes, so I just seem too normal.
Oh, well, of course you do, Sam. Certainly.
But no, I did watch all the Kissing Booth movies when they came out.
Okay.
But I also watched every Wattpad movie. So
I haven't watched like any, and I need to.
You do.
I need to see Beautiful Disaster more than I need to breathe. I'm not gonna lie. I need to see Dylan Sprouse so bad.
We can watch that one together. Because Alea, I think I also need your take on it.
I'll give you a take, I'm sure. You show it to me and I'll have an opinion for you. I surely will.
That's what I want.
I also totally feel you guys with what you're talking about with, like, can we just consume stuff that's fun? Because we have to use our brains so much for work that it's like, I can't be, I used to read a lot of classics. I have an English degree. I've read a lot of shit. And most of them I didn't like because a lot of them were the shitty ones is what I had to read.
Yeah.
So
I have really been into rereading stuff that I liked also is the thing. I think maybe this is a year of me rereading stuff because I want to use my brain but I am so tired. Like, it's one thing to use your brain on, like, Slaughterhouse-Five, a book that I've read a million times and I, like, know that I enjoy, and it's another thing to use your brain on a book and then find out you don't like it. Like, I
Yeah.
simply can't. I can't take that L right now.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
And that's why the books that I've chosen for my wisdom teeth recovery is simply only books that I know I'm going to like. Like, it's a
Yeah.
series that I'm dedicating my time to, and if it takes me the whole time to read it, I'm gonna have a great time with that series. That's all that
Well,
matters to me.
I do. Are you comfortable saying what the video is, or what the video concept is for the Moby Dick one?
I'm reading every book that's mentioned in the book Matilda, the movie Matilda, the musical Matilda. I'm reading all of those classics in one video. And it's going to be titled Reading Like Matilda, but it's taking me a really long time.
That's so fun, though.
I hated The Invisible Man, and then I didn't read classics for like months after that. But I really want to. I've been sitting on this video for so long that I just am like, just do it. So this year I'm trying to at least read half of the list, maybe. But yeah, it's a lot of classics. But Game of Tomes book club, the first 4 months of the year they were reading Moby Dick, and I'm like, fuck it, now's the time. So I just decided, sure, now's gonna happen. It won't take me 4 months, but I'll read it.
Godspeed. Put that audiobook on, but don't sit in the tub, girl. Don't do it.
I don't like that, so we're good there. I will probably listen to it while I'm doing taxes, and it's just going to be a nightmare disaster, or it's going to really get me through taxes. It's, you know.
Also, there's definitely some gay stuff in Moby Dick. It's gay. You can't tell me different. It's gay. These people sleeping in the same bed and they're not gay. Stop.
I know, being a pirate sent out to sea with nothing but men.
They really said he's straight and he knows about whales. Okay, he doesn't know anything about whales and it's gay. So what? What? The gay part was the best thing.
Specifically when I make my Matildaville video, and it's just you being like, this book is gay.
It's gay. I'm sorry, but it's gay. Okay, also, the amount of times, what do they call it? Oh, the amount of times that they make sperm jokes, and it's supposed to be like the sperm whale. No, Mary. Okay? This is a homoerotic novel, okay? And the biology is not correct.
I can't wait now. I'm gonna have a great time.
I think, Alea, you should do a video on books that you think are gay, that are not explicitly gay. I think I would watch the hell out of that.
A video analysis of every little symbol of what it could be. Sorry, they mentioned sperm, so like, obviously.
Well, you know, if you mention it once, I'm like, okay, whatever. You're looking at a whale, you're thinking a thought, that's fine. But they say it so many times, I'm like, what? Is it just flowing across the deck? Like, what's going on? There's no way. I'm sorry. It's just, that's what it is.
I found out that I mentioned earlier that I watched the movie The Long Walk, right, which is based on a Stephen King book that he wrote under his pen name Richard Bachman. And I found out, because the entire movie I was sitting there being like, these two little bitches are gay. These are homosexuals. Like, I was locked in on it. I clocked it immediately. And then nothing happened. And I was like, well, of course, it's a movie about men. They're never going to let them be gay. But then I looked into it, and apparently in the book they are. So what's good? In the year 2025, you straight washed my gay boys in a Stephen King adaptation? What is this, It Chapter 2? Fuck you.
I was going to say, that feels so exactly Stephen King movie coded.
I know, and I'm so tired of it. Just give me one gay. I just need one. That's all I want. They did let my boy Richie be gay though, and I said, that's my name now.
Yeah, I do feel like Stephen King movies are for the dude bros, and they do make them feel that way, which is probably why Stephen King's like, I hate every adaptation ever.
It was, I will say, it was a good movie. Like, it was a good movie.
I feel like it'd be a better movie than book. For some reason, the book just feels like it would be a little bit more dry.
I'm interested to read it. That's one of the ones that's definitely on my list. Because apparently, so Stephen King wrote it when he was like 20, I think. And he wrote it because all of his friends were getting drafted into the Vietnam War and he wasn't. And so he was stuck at home. And so he wrote this book that's about 50 boys who are forced to walk with no finish line and no destination until all of them are dead except for one. And that was his like way of like coping with the emotions of watching all of his friends go off to die in the Vietnam War. And it's good. It's good. Like it hits. But I'm also a slut for a dystopia.
I didn't think Stephen King was that old.
He's old. He's fucking old, dude.
He's old now.
A lot younger than that.
No,
I know
think
he's got
he's
like
in
roots
his
in Oregon and fucks off, but also like my
he's deep in his 70s, I think.
Chiropractic dad also like used to do chiropractic work on him. So I'm like,
okay, Stephen King is 78 years old now.
78 years old. He was born in 1947.
That's
crazy.
Yeah. No, he's
just
really
like forever a 40-year-old man in my brain.
No, and that's fair. I mean, I will say he looks good for 78.
I didn't think he was that old.
Yeah.
No.
Dang.
Time
flies, man.
Yeah.
I keep thinking that though. I'm like
apparently also aging. I don't know.
Yeah, I always keep thinking same like this person's in their 40s and it's like no, you've aged and they've also aged, brother.
Yeah, like
I forget that.
Not like you anymore, and therefore it's been a few years since then.
It's such an extremely weird feeling to have seen a movie as a child and the characters are adults and to go back and watch it now and I'm older than the character and I thought they were old as fuck and it turns out they're like 25 years old and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Whoa. I'm in that era where I'm older than most movie characters.
I'm in the era where I haven't been at my job for that long, but a lot of people are retiring that were there when I got there and people who were like high up or like leaving to other jobs and I'm like, wait. I have more seniority than like a lot of people now and it's been like 3 years. I'm like, wait. Yeah. I look at emails and like my coworkers are like, who is this person? I'm like, I don't know who that is. Because they're new. I'm like, who are you?
I'm in that same boat. Besides the 3 like main managers, I am the oldest staff member because everybody else has been fired or quit.
Yeah.
And they've hired people to be above me.
Right.
That are like now my managers.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm having to show them the ropes and like helping them out. And then they get to take all the credit for like knowing all the stuff. And I'm like, you're welcome. Because I've worked here for so long now. And it's a really weird experience to be like, oh, we've hired so many people and I don't know any of them. And I also have to train all of them, but also we're not going to acknowledge that I've worked here this long. What'd you just find out, Richie?
Fucking excellent news. I could be 194th in line to read The Long Walk on Libby. Thank you so much, Libby. That's actually so gas. Wow. That hits different. That really does.
Wow. Well,
Or
it's almost time for food.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I can't even find it on Libby. So I was gonna be an asshole and be like, hee, I can get it faster, but
ain't the way.
Sam was trying to one-up you and then fumbled it. Funny how that happens.
Ain't that
it's okay. Way. I found a fake PDF.
There you go.
Let's go.
I was more just making the joke because I have way too many library cards. I have a friend.
Yeah, to be fair, Sam can find anything because Sam is committing fraud against every library in the United States. So
listen, so am I.
Technically, the one that I got in New Orleans, I was ethically paying for, and then they said, no, you cannot do this online anymore. And so I made a friend in New Orleans and said, hey, go to the library and get your boyfriend a card and then give me the card information. And
okay, that's way more elaborate than mine. I just move a lot.
And she was really into the whole idea. She was like, I would love nothing more. This is the infiltration of my dreams. And so I didn't have to course her, but I did pay her like $50 to $100. So
okay, work.
Yeah, I said Merry Christmas.
$100 to get my boyfriend a library card seems like a deal that I would take in a heartbeat.
Yeah. And I love her dearly. She's an angel. So I was like, I would love to give you money for Christmas. Just because I liked her. And
Listen,
She does
I'm
me a
still
favor.
saying if y'all want to start watching movies more, if y'all like care, I think you should start using Canopy because you have 8,000 library cards and Canopy is free and doesn't have ads and supports your local library.
It's a good idea.
Saying.
I also am using every single streaming service ever because my
Yeah.
mom. So.
I mean, that's fair, but like you could be giving that view to Disney or you could be giving that view to a library, is all I'm saying. And they have some good shit on there.
Honestly, I think you're right, and I should start watching movies through my library.
Canopy with a K. I have it on my Roku. They give you 15 tickets a month, and then the movies are 2 tickets a month.
Dude, hell yeah.
And I watch so much weird shit. The last thing I watched on there was an animated movie from the 70s that's about Elizabeth Bathory. It's like Polish or something.
Cool.
Should potentially, maybe, read and or watch Clown in a Cornfield. It's like a bad teen slasher.
No, I read the book. It's on my radar. I should read it.
I read the books. I don't know if the movie's going to be good, but I would like to watch the movie very badly because it sounds like a really fun summer slasher that's going to make me laugh.
Yeah.
But I don't know if the twist will piss you off or not. So it's also like,
at this point, whatever.
yeah, I think you might be like cool with it, but some people got mad about it, and I
really love like campy, funny, dumb horror. Like Sleepaway Camp is unironically one of my favorite horror movies of all time, and it's terrible and it's lovely. So I'm actually, horror is one of the few genres where I'm kind of like the dumber the better, because I don't really get scared by horror. So I'm like, if you can make me laugh, that's actually a huge boon, because otherwise I'm extremely bored.
Yeah, my concern with Clown in a Cornfield is the potential like Gen Z of it, where like they make ill-timed jokes to try and be funny, but it's not quite as funny because it's like, hey, you're about to die. So the balance of it, I'm a little nervous about. But besides that concern, I'm excited for it.
I'm so sorry, Alea. I know that you just said that it's food time, and you're so right. But I do need to say, have I talked about this already with you? Have I talked about the Animal Farm adaptation?
Oh, see, I thought you were going to say Wicked for Good, and so we were on two different places.
Have y'all read Animal Farm?
Yes, years ago.
I love Animal Farm. It's been a while. I'll admit, it's been a while, but I love Animal Farm. Angel Studios, a Christian movie studio that I swear to God is putting out like 4 movies a month right now, is doing an adaptation of Animal Farm. It stars Seth Rogen. And sorry, you said ill-timed jokes, and it just reminded me of like the energy of this trailer. First of all, Illumination style animation. Second of all, the biggest, like, he's right behind me, isn't he? Energy I've ever seen in my entire life for Animal Farm. I'm gonna have to die. Is the unfortunate
shame when things get put into the public domain, just because anyone can do anything at that point,
right?
And sometimes it's not good.
The last animated adaptation of Animal Farm that we got, and this is true, was in the 50s when 2 men went to George Orwell's widow and said, we would like to make a film adaptation of Animal Farm. And she was like, okay, sounds good. And what they didn't tell her is that they were undercover agents for the CIA, and it was a CIA-funded production of Animal Farm that changes the ending to be more pro-American. That is the last animated adaptation that we got of Animal Farm. And now,
I feel slighted about
we
that too.
have this fuck-ass Seth Rogen. Don't tell me that the CIA version of Animal Farm is going to be more accurate than this. What are we doing? I'm mad. I'm really sad. And then we're getting Wuthering Heights, which, like, they're already describing as the greatest love story ever told, and Heathcliff is white, and I just, like, honestly, the classic adaptations that are coming out lately, I'm really taking an L. I'm having to take a knee on this one. It's not my year.
It is really interesting, though, that we're getting so many so fast. Like, it's not like these just went into public domain all of a sudden. Like, they've been public domain for a while. So it's interesting that now they're like, time to return to the classics because nobody can write anything new.
Yeah, well, first of all, they're not picking up scripts that aren't franchise sequel or previous IP currently in Hollywood. So they literally can't write anything new unless they get picked up by an independent studio, which is absolutely killing everybody. But on top of that, I think that a lot of directors are basically at the point where they're like, I would so much rather adapt Wuthering Heights than make Promising Young Woman 2. You know,
Right.
like I think that there are some directors who are like really trying to do anything to like prevent having to sequelize their work that they feel like has an ending, and so we're just getting 1,000. And then I also
why
think
that?
that like, well, because everything is bad, dog.
That just be
But
Hollywood.
after
I don't
the
know.
year of Pinocchio, where
Oh
5
my
different
god.
Pinocchio adaptations came out in like 6 months of each other, and it was the
That
most
was
overwhelming thing I've ever seen in my life.
uh
I think that people saw that that made money, and people saw that Guillermo won that Oscar, and people were like, "This is the way." And so
You know what
now
I want?
that's the way.
More musical movie adaptations.
Yeah.
Stop with the classics. Stop with the things that we've done. Let's make more musical adaptations.
They are apparently making one for 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, and I'm fascinated to see how that one's going to work, because I do not feel that that is a filmable show. A show that's about a 5th grade spelling bee where all of the actors are purposefully adults, because it's like the joke of it is that they're all grown-ups playing 5th graders. I really don't know how they're going to put that to film. I'm
yeah, I feel like it would probably be Billy Madison energy. Like, they're going to go Happy Gilmore style.
Yeah. I think they could do Next to Normal. I think that might whip.
I feel like there's a lot.
I think they should start doing like underground ones, though. I think we should do Carrie the Musical, the movie. That's how I feel.
Have you read the Tiffany Jackson Carrie retelling yet?
Nope.
No.
Put it on the list.
Don't roll your eyes.
Put it on the list.
Wait, what's it called?
The Weight of Blood.
I'll just... Okay.
By Tiffany D. Jackson.
I have it.
It's a Black version of
Carrie.
King's Carrie, but the audiobook slaps because it's got like the podcasts and mixed media elements to it. So
I think I tried to read it physically and I was like,
yeah, audiobook's the way to do it. I listened to the whole thing during daylight savings and I did not sleep that night. And I just listened to the audiobook the whole way through.
I've got a 10-week wait, but it's on hold.
I think you need to get a better library card. Yours kind of sucks.
I don't know what to do.
Say that you live at McDonald's.
Literally every single thing. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. I have yet to see a book that is like not on hold. I'm convinced they have 2 books at this fuck-ass library. I really don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
It's really upsetting. So
honestly, that's why I don't really
fighting for our lives.
I don't really use Libby because I have the same problem. It's like anything I want to read, it's like 14 weeks. And I'm like, brother, I'm not even going to remember that this book was something I wanted to read in 14 weeks.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yep.
No, I do have currently 54 books on hold that I'm just like waiting to get.
That's a lot.
Okay, the other problem, and I don't know if y'all have this, but I'll have 54 books on hold and then 52 of them come in on the same day. And I'm like, well, hello?
Yeah.
And then I don't read any of them.
I like Candace buys the new Libby suspension dealio. I'm just concerned that I'm going to forget to unsuspend them before the 365 days runs out.
Right.
But I do like it. I do feel like I'm able to actually get books at a faster speed because we're not all just cycling through them pretending we're going to read them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was going to say earlier, and then I forgot. I'm reading Tusk Love soon.
Oh.
Ooh. Tell me how it is.
This week. I will. I'm very excited. It's not as long as I thought it was going to be, so I'm excited. I am reading the best books of 25 that were like on people's best and other people's worst. Same book on both lists, if that makes any sense. And Tusk Love was one that a lot of people put on their favorites and one person put on their worst, and I said, great, an excuse to read it. So that'll be fun.
Sweet.
I hope.
I'm just looking for just added, available now. Let's go. Let me just find any book. What if I just read a book?
Richie's just trying to see if the library has more than 2 books.
I could read my first Somali alphabet picture book, guys.
Wow.
Well, there you go.
I think
That is cool that they
sign up
have
for
that. I don't.
Queens Public Library, because you couldn't sign up without living there.
Wait, where?
Queens Public Library.
You can?
Mhm.
Oh,
And they let you do 10 holds.
Okay, that's news.
okay.
But you
Nellie's
can
here.
say that you live at McDonald's in different states, and sometimes you can get library cards. So.
Oh my
It's kind of
god.
fun. I'm funding them.
Real, honestly.
Sam's a real one for the libraries out here.
Yeah. I might not be watching things on Canopy, but I am reading their books.
You may not be watching things on Canopy is crazy. Yeah, that's fair. Let me see. There's only 7 horror books on this 1,000 book list.
That's crazy.
Sure.
Yeah,
What's
you
up?
need a better library. That's bad.
They're all in Spanish.
Dude, I have that problem. I go on Hoopla and I don't know who is requesting all the Ali Hazelwood audiobooks in German, but they don't have any in English, and it pisses me off so bad.
I loved Hoopla so much, but my Oregon's library, they were like, it's too expensive. It's like $3 a title. We're not doing it anymore. And they just stopped. And they're like, we use that money to fund the public library books, and they're not getting like that many more books and copies. I'm like, what are we doing? You're just taking the money.
Dude, that's lame. I love Hoopla.
I loved Hoopla. I don't have it anymore. It's so sad.
Hoopla slaps. Well,
Honestly,
you
maybe I
guys-
should read my own books.
Oh my god.
That's my goal for this
Yeah,
year.
you should.
Yeah.
I know you have a lot.
That's
Uh-huh. Yeah, and I
Like
continue
5
to
hours.
acquire more and not read them.
Well, I do the same thing. It's bad.
Yeah.
Although I did read a lot of books that I own physically in 2025, so there's that. Girl, what is that?
Sam,
I made a PBR game.
Oh, cool.
it's gorge.
And so I'm gonna read books actually that I own. It's gonna be crazy.
That
Okay.
is
That's
crazy.
my big plan is to physically read books off my shelf that I own.
Love that. Love your board. Very cute.
Thank you. I spent $40 on printing this.
Dang, girl.
Okay.
Get it.
Stay.
That's very official.
I might get a fishbowl and then
Do it.
and then just
I-
write the names of all of the books that I own and just do it that way.
Mhm.
I highly recommend. I also, if you don't want to do the paper route, it's slightly annoying, but make a spinner wheel and then save the preset of the spinner wheel, because that's what I've done.
Mhm.
Is I
Yeah.
put 60 books that I'm just really want to get to soon,
Yeah.
Mhm.
so that if I'm
That's
I
smart.
don't know what to do, I can just spin the little wheel.
Yeah. Okay. I'm into it.
But yeah, I find that I have spinner wheel. I've got TBR prompt cards that come in book boxes, where it's
Mhm.
just random prompt stuff like that helps a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah,
A lot.
I own 800 books, so I'm gonna start reading them or something.
Good call.
Yeah, feels like it might be
That's a
time.
lot.
I love that for you.
I don't know what I'm at now. I got rid of a lot when we moved because moving with books is so much work.
Yep.
When you say move to the Midwest, it's but I own a home and all of my books are here. It's
True
Oh,
and
yeah.
fair.
not a good time. Although my unhaul pile is on this TBR cart, the bottom 2 tiers are just books that I want to get rid of.
Dang.
So
There you go.
I've never done an unhaul, but I have a stack of books for the day that it happens.
Poppin'. My
Okay.
cat is over here just smacking her lips and eating fish. Anyway, I'm very
I'm gonna let you
distracted.
Go in 3 seconds. Richie, give me your quick thoughts of if you have seen Wicked for Good, what they were.
Yes.
Quick thoughts. And then I'll let you
High
go.
highs, low lows, very uneven. When I liked it, I really, really liked it. When I disliked it, I thought it was ridiculous. The way that they are so willing to grind the pace to a fucking halt every single time they build an ounce of momentum was driving me up a fucking wall. Unfortunately, that cheating little SpongeBob did amazing. He was so good in that movie, and that really pissed me off. I cannot believe that they stopped in the middle of my literal favorite song to add in a new Glinda solo. That pissed me off. And I thought No Good Deed is the definitive version now. That's my thoughts.
Agreed. I fully agree. I think the only thing that I would harp on more is God, I hated the slapstick comedy in some of those scenes. But besides that, Yeah, I feel
Summer.
the exact same way.
Yeah.
And if you see me during tax season, it's just going to be those two movies on loop while I'm working on tax returns for
Definitely kills
10
that
hours a
time.
day.
10 hours a day, you can run through it twice.
Exactly. I got a lot of time. It's gonna be so good. That's what I did last tax season. I just watched the first movie like once or twice a day. Because audiobooks sometimes don't hit, and I get really bored with my music. But I like having something like that I can pretend that I'm watching.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
No, I think that's fair. All right, I have to go because I think my sister is home. I think Alea has to get food.
I gotta go try to make sure my cat doesn't eat my stuff.
Ain't it the way? Oh, I gotta
Oh,
find my
good.
cat somewhere, and also take off the shirt because it's 82 degrees in my apartment. So
I'm gonna go walk a dog again before the sun sets.
delightful.
There you go. Well, Richie, text me once in a while so I know you're not dead.
I will text you. I will text
Nelly,
you. Sorry.
Nelly, stop breaking into stuff. You're a turd. Oh my god. She said you left a cardboard box on the floor. Let me slap the flaps. Girl.
That is her box now, so.
Oh my god.
Sounds like that's on you.
Well, I need that box. It's for my iron. It's for storing it. And she hasn't messed with it once. Now she's got to be in it.
Yeah, now she's locked in.
No, it's hers.
Jesus Christ. She's one. Yeah, having a 1-year-old cat. That is what it's like. She was so mad at the vet, though. Oh my god. She was pressed. She was so pressed. She hates going to the vet. She was so mad. Oh my god. We got home, we let her out, and she sat there on the floor next to the Christmas tree, and she just glared at us for like ages with her little mad face. She was so pressed. I was like, girl, I'm trying to make sure you don't get rabies. Okay? You're welcome.
Fair.
I don't need the food. Jesus.
The drama.
Yeah. Richie, do you have to take your cats to the vet in the Midwest to make sure that they get their flea and tick treatment so they don't get fleas?
Like, I definitely should more than I do, but they're also both indoor cats, so I don't as often as I probably should.
Bro, in Iowa, they say you have to get your indoor cats flea and tick meds because they'll get fleas in your house. And she did when we moved here. And it's crazy. The humidity is so rough with the corn sweat in Iowa that your indoor cats will get fleas.
That does
crazy.
Wow,
no,
that's awful.
We'll do flea treatment like spring, summer, and they're good.
I have to keep her on every 3 months. Like, she's got to be on it 24/7 or she's going to get fleas.
Jeez.
Crazy. It's crazy. Just cat things.
Just cat things.
Just cat.
You're welcome. I'm so glad I brought this into your life.
No, we love her though. She's so fun. She's such a good. Oh, good. Now she's going to try and get into my fabric and eat that as well. Excellent. She eats dinner and then she decides, yeah, she's like, I ate my chicken and now I'm ready to party.
Oh, yeah.
And eat everything else.
I eat the bird.
Yeah, she's like hype now.
Yeah.
My office smells like fish because her food's in here. So like she eats and then it's just like a cloud of fish and then she's like a Tasmanian devil trying to eat random shit. And I'm like, girl, what are you doing? It smells like fish. I gotta go. Love y'all. Oh my god.
Shoot me a text with when we want to do the next one so I can make sure to ask for that Sunday off or at least to open.
Okay.
Unless another day works better for y'all.
Sundays will work good for me because I think Sunday and Wednesday will be my only days off.
Okay. Yeah, Sundays are good for me.
Cool.
But also, if it's like, I can always be like, hey guys, fuck you guys, I'm taking time off work to go watch F-Boy Island with my friends. I'm not that pressed right now with my job.
Right now I have Mondays off for sure, and then I either have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off for my other day. So it's like, it's not a huge deal to just be like, this week it has to be a Sunday.
Okay. Cool. I will look at the calendar and see. February's a short month, so it's fucking weird.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Well, yeah. Richie, I know you're not checking your phone too much, but I may or may not send you a picture of me with chipmunk face when I get my teeth out. So,
please my god! Please also tell me what you think of this terrible short film that I just sent you.
Will do.
Oh, it's fun to watch Richie get egged.
Can't wait.
I like that.
It was a really good time.
Yeah, Sam, let us know how your wisdom teeth stuff goes.
Yes, stay
And
safe.
Richie, let us know that you're not in jail, so I don't fret.
Doing my best.
Yeah.
Poppin'. All right, well, I'm excited to talk about Alien Smut with you guys next month.
Me too. Alien Smut and
And
wolves.
when the wolves
Let's
come
go.
home.
Dude, werewolves and aliens? We got it going on. I'm
Honestly,
excited.
That's hell of a February.
Yeah, I needed somebody to make me read the new Nat Cassidy because I gotta get on.
Yeah, I would love to talk about it because it's just so good. And if you hate it, I didn't say it was so good.
Dude, it's Nat Cassidy. I think I'm gonna love it. It's gonna be good. I'm confident. All right, everybody. Until next month.
Bye.
Adios. Bye.